So yeah, tonight we are playing Highway of Blood, which is a scenario, modern day scenario, styled after grindhouse cinema of the 70s and 80s. Films like Texas Chainsaw Massacre and The Hills of Eyes and similar films. So it is, or it should be, quite grim and quite violent. So that's about how much warning I'm prepared to give. So, right. Anyway, so it is July 1975. We're in West Texas. So give maybe a little, a few touchstones as to the time period. So, America and the Soviet Union spacecraft are docked in orbit, symbolizing cooperation between two superpowers. President Ford of America is facing challenges with an economic recession, high inflation, public skepticism following the Watergate scandal. Following the fall of Saigon in April of this year, the US is grappling with the consequences of the war, including assisting refugees and dealing with domestic divisions over its legacy. The push for the Equal Rights Amendment and debates over women's role in society has been pretty prominent, and women's rights movement is quickly gaining more momentum. On the music front, Love Will Keep Us Together by Captain Tennille does dominate the charts, and other hits include Elton John's Philadelphia Freedom and Glenn Campbell's Rhinestone Cowboy. Meanwhile, bands like Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, and Queen are shaping the rock music landscape. In the cinema, we have got the Rocky Horror Picture Show, Dog Day Afternoon, and on June 20th, Jaws was released, directed by Steven Spielberg, the first major summer blockbuster. And by July, it has become a cultural phenomenon, changing the movie industry forever. Popular TV shows include All in the Family, MASH, and The Mary Tyler Moore Show. And game shows like The Price is Right are huge hits. Popular books of the time, we've got Shogun by James Clavell, and a sneaker hit by the name of called Carrie by a lesser-known author known as Stephen King. His debut novel, which was released in April and by this time has gained traction, well on its way to becoming a bestseller but purely through word of mouth. We've got the birth of the home video game market, which is dominated by the game Pong. And the counterculture movement of the 1960s has given way to a more reflective and somewhat disillusioned mood in the mid-70s. Environmentalism and post-Vietnam War malaise influencing attitudes. So, you are 4 friends from Austin, and you have been on a week-long trip through West Texas. You've recently spent a few days camping at the Big Bend National Park and are due to head out along Route 385. While camping at the park, you met, or more specifically, Jack met Jody Blue Sky, a fellow camper, hitchhiker, who kind of latched onto Jack. Which is something unusual, possibly potentially unusual for Jack. He's quite flattered by the fact of possibly ignoring the clear signs that Jody is kind of just using Jack as a means to secure a ride to the next town or wherever she wants to get to. While staying on the campsite, you'll have heard snippets of local news, maybe seen a newspaper, and spoken to some of the other campers. So the area is beautiful. The Big Bend National Park is a beautiful place, but the area is also famous for something else. It's famous for a high proportion of people going missing, of missing persons, particularly over the last few years. To highlight this, there is one of the recent papers that you've no doubt seen while you've been there. Talks about a recent disappearance of the Miller family, which I believe we can have a look at. If I can find it somewhere here. Newspaper clippings, here we go. So, chuck that into there. Okay, and that's also a thing that everybody can see as well. Okay, so you should be able to see in the journal tab, you should be able to see a folder that says, or a journal entry that says player handouts, which you've got a couple of handouts in there at the moment. There's a roadmap that probably belongs to Wallace. But also, yeah, so we got this newspaper clipping from the 5th of July, 1975. So police in Marathon have launched another desperate appeal for witnesses and information which may help them in the search for the missing Miller family. This is no relation to Timmy, by the way. He was called Timmy Miller, as you point out. It has been almost 3 weeks since the Miller family disappeared somewhere along Route 385. The family of 3 were last seen by rangers at Big Bend National Park, where they camped for a few days. If you should see the Millers or have information regarding their whereabouts, you should contact Marathon Sheriff's Office. Mr. Henry Miller is 43, 5'6", medium build with short-cropped sandy hair and wears glasses. Mrs. Kelly Miller is 39, 5'4", medium build with shoulder-length red hair. The children, Rebecca, who is 8, and James, who is 10, both have auburn hair. James is missing the tip of his pinky finger on his left hand. This is the latest in a series of unsolved disappearances in the area that stretch back over a period of several years, including the disappearance of Deputy Sheriff James Torrens of Brewster County.
Nice.
So,
well, not nice, but
So at this point, I think we will take before getting to the game prop, we'll do run through a character and give it, if you want to introduce each of your characters. So, Will, the head of the person who's definitely in charge of this whole thing is Wallace Cumley. So, Wallace, if you would like to do us the honour.
Yeah, the name is Wallace. Wallace Connolly. I celebrating the fact that I just got accepted into the highway patrol. I tell you, I also had the time off. I was recently cut by a druggie, and he was surprised that when his knife bit into my arm here, I have the stitches to prove it. Color of my blood was actually blue. I bleed blue. And being a cop is my life. Now listen up. This car is my car, so my rules. So we're not going to be playing around with any music. No 8-track or cassette of any Beatles or other degenerate bands like that. We'll have some nice, wholesome music, some good Elvis Presley on there, so everybody will enjoy the ride. And if I listen, Janice, I know your brother's a little bit out there and stuff like that, but I can't get caught with him being searched and the possession of anything, any recreational pharmaceuticals and stuff like that. So, you better keep him under control, because I come from a long line of law enforcement, and I'm not going to let your brother ruin my career aspects just so that he could get a little, wacky now and then. So anyways, enjoy the ride. Keep the windows up while the air conditioning is on, and we'll get there all in one piece. Don't worry. Responsible driving, good 40 miles an hour down the highway, will be okay.
Okay. And I guess we'll go with Jack next then, since this is the next
Okay, man, this is medicinal, okay? This country, it chews you up and spits you out, and it takes something like this just to keep your head in one place, yeah? This kind of levels me out, okay? I don't need none of your shit, okay? Because, you do your thing, I do my thing. We do our things, and those things don't cross. Yeah. So you be cool. We cool. Cause you're my sister's boy, right? You're my sister's boy, and you know she got time for you. I got time for you. You know, we just don't need to rub each other up no way. My name's Jack Bowers, and I'm a dreamer. Yep. I'm a dreamer like we got in this country. We need men with dreams. You know, not men who kind of like hit the machines and turning the handle and keeping the money flowing. No. We need artists. We need dreamers. And that's what I am. And you know, sometimes the dreams need a bit of a bump. You know, to just kind of like get rolling in the old noggin. So that's what I'm doing. And yeah, you just keep driving, and I'm just gonna go and stab my eyelids for a bit.
Timmy, I guess.
I'm Timmy Miller. I've been best friends with Jack and Janice since first grade, and everybody who knows me calls me Tim, but they can call me Timmy because, like I say, I've known them for a long time. I work as a nurse in the Ascension Seton Hospital in Austin, Texas. I also live in Austin. I wanted to be a doctor, but unfortunately, I guess I like football too much, and I just didn't get the grades, and I've never had the money to go back into education. So a nurse I'll stay, and I'll just dream of being a doctor. My friend Jack worries me a little bit because of some of his, shall we say, recreational habits. But I've talked to Janice about it, and we've decided that we're going to leave him alone for the moment. But as soon as this road trip's over, we're going to get him into a corner and try and talk a little sense into the guy. Like I said, I'm Timmy Miller, and I'm here to have a good time.
Jody.
I'm not gonna even attempt an American accent.
No, neither was
She
I.
might-
until the other
maybe
two
she's
did, to be quite
British.
honest.
Maybe she's British.
I may have slipped into Australian.
So I'm Jody, but I mean everybody's called me Blue. I mean I'm called Sky, so Blue Sky just makes sense. I mean, it's just the best thing in the world. The blue sky, the wind, it's the prettiest and the best thing. So, blue. Me and my red backpack, we have been all over the place. Like everyone's so friendly. Take a ride, go wherever they go, see the world. I mean, right now I'm heading back home. I need to get back to the marathon, and these guys, these have been so lovely, accepting me into their car, enjoying the ride, and I think it's gonna go so great. I mean, Jack is so friendly. We've been chatting, and it's been getting on so great. I'm so thankful. And as you know, just going along, let's get the radio going. Let's have a fun ride. Let's get some. You know, we can all have a bit of lighten up and have a bit of a party, like staring at Wallace. It's gonna be great. But thanks, you know.
Okay, and finally we Janice.
Janice.
Who is currently fast asleep in the passenger seat? How I'm gonna say.
Boot.
So Janice Borrow works as a secretary for the Austin Police Department. She got to know Wallace because he would regularly stop by to visit her father before he retired a year ago. She's almost as clean cut as Wallace, though she isn't quite as vocal about it. In truth, she has a secret wild side. So while she might chide her brother for his actions, deep down she envies his freedom. For that reason, she's a little harsher with him than she should be. Timmy has talked to Janice about Jack's drug problem, and they've decided to bring the subject up with him after the trip, if not sooner. But yeah, so for the moment, we will say that Janice is dozing. It makes it a bit easier for me. Okay.
While she's dozing, I'm actually gonna mutter under my breath, Janice, I promise you, when we're married and it's official and proper and stuff like that, I'm gonna take you on a proper vacation, just you and me. I mean, it might be unseemly to do so now, before we're married, but I promise you, we'll have a nice proper vacation after we've tied the knot and made things right with your family.
Oh.
Okay.
I just
So
want it to be known that because Rocky Horror is one of the movies of this year, that I am going to say damn it, Janice, as much as possible.
like it. So the endless ribbon of asphalt stretches to its vanishing point at the low hills on the horizon, though the heat haze makes the distance nearly impossible to guess. The car has become an oven as the temperature tops 100 degrees, and it's not even 11 in the morning yet. You strip down to the bare minimum clothes required to preserve your modesty, but you still look like you've just climbed out of a swimming pool. Having the windows down does little to help, as the air conditioner is long since packed up, as the hot wind feels more like an industrial hairdryer. You have enough water to keep you hydrated, but it's so warm that it's almost like drinking weak tea. You were told that the next town wasn't that far up the highway, but you haven't seen so much as a speed limit sign for the last 20 miles. The gas gauge that you have noticed, Wallace, has just dipped below a quarter of a tank. And while no one else has said anything, you are starting to get a little bit nervous. You're not even sure that turning back would make a difference at this point. Then you see it. The sun reflects off a faded metal sign depicting a way too happy gas station attendant in a cheesy cowboy hat that looks like it dates back to the 1950s. A cartoon word bubble over his head says, "You're almost there, partner." Beneath him is a weathered Esso logo. Almost as an afterthought, there's a small sign tacked on the pole beneath that says, 5 miles and turn right. As promised, 5 miles later, you see an unpaved but well-defined road turning off to the right. 2 signs are mounted on a slightly tilted post. The top one reads, Abattoir, 3 miles. The lower sign simply says, Gas and Food. And as you turn off the highway onto this side road, you hear the DJ on the radio, his deep baritone voice pouring out of the speakers like molasses.
California says a search is on for a young couple. Reporters were given a description of the couple by Thomas Druken, Assistant Special Agent in charge of the San Francisco FBI.
Welcome to another day in the seventh circle of hell. You're listening to 93.7 The Arrow. The mercury is expected to top 110 degrees here on the Devil's Backbone, and tomorrow ain't looking any prettier. As Captain Jack's old grandpappy used to say, you can't change the direction of the wind, but you can always adjust your sails to reach your destination. I don't know where you're headed, my friends, but here's a little something to keep you rolling down that highway. We're ready to rock.
Okay. So the dust-choked road takes you over a series of hills around hairpin turns that seem to come out of nowhere and across an archaic wooden bridge that the planks of which rattle unnervingly beneath the car, before finally arriving at the town of Abattoir. A hand-painted sign says, "Welcome to Abattoir," and below that, population 850. Clearly, the sign is old, has not been updated to reflect the town's current status. Because Abattoir is little more than a ghost town, with many abandoned buildings, empty cellar holes, and abandoned cars that look like they've been here for several decades. There's one main road through town with several secondary roads that go off at odd angles to it. In what must be the centre of town stands the Esso gas station, Mather General Store, and the Last Stop Bar and Beds. Down one side of the road, you can make out the steeple of what must be some sort of church, A few men are sitting in front of the gas station. Their eyes follow your car as you enter town. Let's we go.
Guys, I'm just gonna stop off for some leaded gasoline.
Hey, Wally. I really need a piss too. So,
Damn, look at this place. I didn't think they had places
sure
like
you
this
can
in the
purchase
boonies
one here.
anymore.
Okay, so this is the station, the gas station. So as you pull, Wallace, as you turn off the what passes for a main road in this town, there is a sudden pop from and the car lurches as the front right tire just bursts.
Oh no!
That ain't good noise.
Not
That
my
ain't good noise.
Dodge. Well, at least the sign says repairs. Should be able to get a replacement here. Gosh darn it! I'd be surprised if they didn't put nails in the road themselves just for the extra business. I may have to write them up for this.
Okay.
I'm sure nobody would do that. They'll be happy for any business. You sure it's just not you hit a rock or something?
Could be. I have a spare in the trunk anyways, but may as well just have it repaired here. And I'll get out to examine. I mean, I don't know how close I am to the pump. But I'll get out of the car and take a look and see if it's just kind of, does the tire look shredded, or is it just I've got a puncture?
So yeah, you managed to get the car to limp pretty much to the side of the pumps, and getting out of the car, you can see the tire is just shredded. And there's in fact, you can see still embedded in the wall of the tire is this jagged piece of metal.
Oh.
Rusty, like a rusty old piece of metal. Looks like a
something that's fallen off a tractor.
Yeah. Something like that. But the sign over the gas station is old and faded, but the name is still legible. There's a cardboard open sign is propped up in the filthy front window, and the two gas pumps are rather archaic in design, but seem to be functional from what you can see. There's a single garage bay door open, and you can see a 74 Chevy Nova is up on the lift, though no one seems to be working on it at the moment. You can see a row of oil cans sitting against the front wall of the structure, though the dark stains in the dirt imply that at least one or more of these cans have leaked. Sitting in front of the station, in the shade of a low corrugated metal overhang, are three men, their skin deeply tanned and creased, giving them the impression of great age. But upon closer examination, as you get out of the car, you can see that they are actually probably just middle-aged. To the left is a rusty Coca-Cola machine, which is making a high-pitched whine, and a cigarette machine with a large handwritten sign that says "out of order." So
fine.
Go on.
Fine afternoon there, gentlemen. How are you? I've seemed to run into a bit of a spot of bad luck.
So the younger of the three stands up, says, "Wow, I hear that pop from where we're sat. You looks like you're a tire out there, mister. It's lucky you happened upon us."
Yeah, indeed. You guys have a replacement tire you could put on the rim for me, or do I just have to use my spare? I got a spare in the trunk.
I can sort that. I can put the spare on for you. But yeah, I'm sure I can find a replacement for you. If I haven't got one in the store, then I reckon I can get one from the scrapyard.
Gentlemen, do you happen to have a bathroom I could use as we are paying customers of your establishment here?
One of the older men still sat under this like corrugated iron roof. His arms covered in what look like old navy tattoos. The kind of things they're like blue, kind of faded blue, almost illegible. And he spits out some tobacco onto the dirt. He says, "Well, you be looking for ladies or gentlemen there, young man?"
Whichever one I can piss in, sir.
Young guy.
Gotta love that eye-slapping country humor.
Ignore him. It's round the back.
Thank you. Scar, do you need to go as well? Maybe? I'm gonna tap my pocket. It's been a long journey.
Yeah. It'll be good. Need to stretch the legs.
Yeah, let's go stretch those legs.
Yeah. So.
Sammy, you look after you look after my sister there.
Sure thing, Jack.
Okay, so this the young.
I've heard of ladies going to the bathroom together, but men and women.
So the guy who's got up, he walks over and offers his hand. It's surprisingly clean. He's the name's Russo. My friends call me. You can call me Russo if you like. So it's quite.
Nice to meet you. I'm Wally.
So it's a bit hard to kind of gauge his age since he's clearly spent a lot of time outside. But his graying hair suggests that he's at least in his mid-40s. He's quite tall, lanky, dressed in a white button-down shirt and surprisingly clean overalls, although an oily rag dangles from his back pocket and a packet of cigarettes is kind of wrapped up in the sleeve of his shirt.
Rolled. Nice.
This is so yeah, it's you folks, if you want, I can sort these tire out for you and find you a spare if that's what you're looking for. And get you back on your way, unless of course you
Appreciate it.
you're here for anything else. We don't often get many tourists
Oh, yeah, no,
here.
also fill up the tank too, please. How far is it to the next station? We're heading north.
Oh, Marathon.
Question.
Oh, another, say, about 40, 50 miles.
No big deal. Well, may as well fill up the tank here. We can.
Yeah, no problem. Says,
This Dodge, pretty reliable car. I get 5 miles per gallon actually on it. It's really good.
It's a nice machine you got there, mister. It's really good. It's a real sweet ride.
Yeah, my pride and joy. You'll take good care of her.
Oh, of course. I'm sure it must be like an oven in there. If you folks want to get out, stretch your legs for a while. It shouldn't take me more than half an hour or so. I'll have to go find a replacement over at the scrapyard.
All right, I appreciate it. You mentioned the sign on the road mentioned that there's food as well. Maybe such a hot day. Maybe guys, you want to go for a soda or an ice cream soda or something?
Timmy squeezes out. Timmy squeezes
cut
out.
to Blue and
your
Jack
backseat
off their
and
face on
cracks
tabs
his
on the back.
Well, mister, I guess you could grab a bite to eat there, but to be honest, there's better places up the road, up in Marathon.
All right. Well, then I guess we'll just kill a half hour over here somehow.
Yeah. The coat machine's working, so don't mind the noise it's making. The refrigeration unit's on the blink, but it's cold. It's cold enough. It's certainly colder than it is inside your car. That's for sure.
Oh yeah. And you know what? Check the oil while you're doing the fill up too, please.
Yeah, sure. And he says, "You mind if I take the keys? I'd rather in the
Oh, of
shop
course.
rather than working out here in the sun.
Just go and dump your sleeping sister out the the passenger side.
So Janice was, whoa, Wallace, where are we? This doesn't look like Marathon.
We just stopped off for some gas. We were getting pretty low, and we got a flat tire, so we're getting that handled, honey. Don't worry, we'll be back on the road, heading towards our vacation very soon.
Okay. Where's Jack? And that girl he's brought with him.
Jack.
Answering the
Jack
call of
went
nature.
round back to the little lady's room, apparently, with his little lady.
Right, so
I'll talk about him later, Janice.
Yeah, we can talk about him. I know, Wallace. We have to give him a little bit of slack.
I mean, and picking up that drifter like on the way. I mean, without even asking me. I mean, it's my car, not right. I mean, yeah, he's family to me because he's family to you. I love him. I just want to see him cleaned up. I want to see him, be productive and make something of himself.
Okay. Don't worry.
Why
Wallace.
can't he be more like you? You're such a good influence on him.
Well, you give him something to look up to as well, Wallace. You don't write yourself off so easily. It's, I'm sure looking back, he'll see that you were only at his best interests at heart. She kind of looks over at Timmy and says, "Timmy, you were supposed to be keeping an eye on Jack."
Damn, I'm not going to go into the John with him.
They went to the John together. And she kind of raised her eyebrows at you.
Now, what are they going to be doing in the middle of here, apart from what they always do? At least it'll keep him quiet.
Right,
Timmy squeezes his way out the car. Racks his back, walks into the middle of the street and looks both ways. Anything to see?
Anything to see? So, let's see. So there's a gas station here. Oh, I shall put. Oh, let me reveal because you can see quite a bit of the. That's the wrong thing. There we go. And can I reveal those? There we go. So yes, so the gas station sits at one end of the main street, pretty much across the road from the gas station is a place called, according to the sign, called Wayland Estates. It's clearly from the 1950s. This sign, it depicts a man in a blue business suit flanked by his doting, aproned wife and adorable children clinging to his legs. This improbable family gazes in manic joy at an idealized representation of the estate's mobile homes. In a fit of creative license, the artist has the sun setting behind the mobile homes in the north. While the letters spelling out the Wayland Estates were once painted a metallic gold, most of it has flaked off, revealing the bleached wood beneath. Sun and vandals have taken their toll on the sign. The once vibrant colours have faded, and multiple bullet holes mar the surface, leaving each family member with a rather impressive grouping of shots around their heads and chests. And you can see this rather extensive sort of trailer park, essentially a trailer park.
Nice.
That there's maybe there must be easily like 50 plus homes on there. Although most of them it looks the whole place looks like it's long since been abandoned. Most of them are quite dilapidated. Like this is the probably typical state of what the most of them look like.
Oh my god, it has a veranda.
Yeah. And
open
the road leading into the state, despite the abandonment of the place, the road leading into the state looks really, or rather, it looks abandoned. The road is obviously rarely travelled. The yards around each of these mobile homes are all overgrown, and the mobile homes look like they've been abandoned for quite some time, decades probably. While the various abandoned mobile homes are a bit different, time and weather has erased any signs of personal touches that might once have made these places feel like home to someone. Some still maintain their basic outline, while others have partially collapsed. And these latter structures are filled with dirt and dust that has blown in over the years. And even a few have clumps of witchgrass growing inside.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Cozy.
So Janice extracts herself from the like oven-like heat of the car as Russo clambers in and drives it into the shop, and she walks over and procures a bottle of Coke from the machine, leaning against the wall under the canopy. The two old men smile. Morning. She nods and smiles back. Morning. So Wallace, what are we doing? Oh, you're muted, Jake.
Sorry, I'm just curious. Did they actually take the car off the lift and move it out and drive it out before moving mine in, or were they having trouble? Did they have to push the car out? Meaning, was that car in drivable condition?
So your car's it drives your car into the bay at the side of side of the lift, and then he lowers the lift and starts driving the car that was on the lift out of the shop, and starts essentially swapping them around.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, so well, I mean, I could stick around here and help him out, make sure he's taking good care of my car. I don't doesn't appear to be anything else here, but I'll take a nickel and see if I can get a Coke, get one for me and one for Janice as well if she wants. I'm guess everybody else went around to the other side, so see if I can get 2 Cokes out for now.
Okay, so yeah, it makes the Coke machine makes like this distressed whining noise that intensifies as you pop a coin in and hit the button. You almost think it's going to die, and then there's a clunk as it dispenses 2 bottles. And meanwhile, around the side of the building,
well, I'll pass one to Janice and I'll say, "Have a Coke and smile."
She smiles and sort of almost not a forced laugh when at your joke. But meanwhile, around the side, Jack and Sky, you find the toilets, the washroom at the back. It's just a single, despite the joke of one of the old guys out front, there's only a single washroom, this sort of dented, rusty metal door on the back corner of the building. And even as you get, even before you get up to the door, you can hear the flies and smell the stench coming from inside.
Ooh, wow. Yeah, I'm probably gonna walk around the back following Jack, and I'll probably pause when the smell hits. Maybe like from a draft of window, everything, and just like. I think it's very evident that people don't visit this town.
Oh, Jack's incredibly still. Have we lost Jack?
Uh-oh.
I think we might have.
It's,
I
Nobody
think,
can stay that
Jack is
still.
already in.
it's
You know,
it's
he's
tranced
going
out.
through his trip. He's all tranced. He's watching the pretty colors.
Was Timmy heading round the side?
That's
Did you say?
excellent role playing.
Timmy was indeed going to head round the side and see what's keeping the
Oh,
birds
okay.
busy.
So you probably come round the corner just as Sky is saying this. Oh, and there goes Trousers.
The fool, he went into the bathroom while he was holding his breath.
And never to be seen again.
Jesus, what's that
Hi, I'm
smell?
Sky. Hey, give me a ride. Dude, it'll be so groovy. I'll tell you about the time I went skinny dipping up at Lake Abattoir.
Skinny dipping at the abattoir.
I'm pretty sure they need a lake to call it skinny dipping, otherwise it's just streaking.
Maybe they've got a hose pipe and a will
There we go.
pipe
Right,
and a
yeah,
will.
sorry.
Oh, I feel much better.
So I don't know. Do you want to repeat your little bit of dialogue? I think I imagine Trousers missed you a little bit of dialogue there.
Yeah, it was just as we went round the back, just exclaiming that I don't think many people actually visit this town. Because I stopped.
It's a shithole.
Yeah, well, I stopped in our tracks as the stench from the toilet hit. Yeah. I mean,
Let's put our man somewhere else. Yeah, away from this stuff.
A nice meaty smell that as you smack your lips you can taste.
So I put out a little baggie of white pills.
Okay, so as you pull out a little baggie of pills.
See, my sister and her boy, they reckon they're gonna have some kind of intervention at the end. So I gotta get rid of all these before they start. So
gotta do what you gotta do, you know.
Exactly.
I'll grab a bottle of water from a bag. Yeah. So
Well, probably a canteen because you won't be able to buy bottled water.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was no bottled waters back in '75.
No. So yeah, you probably have a canteen because water is water is essential because without a substantial amount of water, you're going to end up very ill very quickly.
Is it like midday, son?
It is not quite midday. It is probably, I forgot to set the timer going. In fact, we still pause, so let me go there. So I would say it is about, it's just after. It's about 20 past 11 in the morning. So it's not the hottest point of the day, but it's over 100 degrees already.
Getting there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So is there anything we can kind of like shade under? Or behind?
Yeah. There's probably something you can maybe get in against the wall, back wall, the building. The sun's shining down one side, so it's going to provide you a bit of shelter. Across the way, you did see there is like this extensive abandoned mobile home park. Trailer park.
So maybe we're gonna maybe we could like duck in there for a bit, and just to shelter from the sun where it kicks in. Make ourselves a nice little home over here. And so this is the kitchen where we're gonna make the dinner, and this is where we put the kids and. Just kind of crawl into this dilapidated caravan and like the legs still sticking out the doorway.
Okay. So, like I said, this over here, this Wayland Estates, this whole area is just like a massive trailer park. So yeah, you sort of head round the back corner of the building, then skip out across the road from the front of the gas across the front of the gas station. So Timmy, you just catch sight of them, mate, probably just as they like dash from behind the building from
the corner.
Yeah, yes, you're going around the corner. You see them dash out from behind the gas station and head across the road, disappearing into this trailer park.
I'm just gonna shake my head and follow them because I promised Janice I'd find out what they're doing.
Okay. Radio. So like I say, it's clearly been abandoned for decades. Most of the trailer mobile homes are in a state of collapse. Some are more intact than others. Majority are built from they all seem to be exactly the same design. So like a basic layout. So they're pretty much about 50 feet long by about 13, 15 feet wide. And they're all made of white aluminium with a awning running along the door side of each one. A few of them standing on cinder block foundations, but most are just resting on the wheels with 4 adjustable steel supports at the corners. The glass in probably 99% of them, the windows is broken, leaving tattered, sun-bleached curtains to blow in the desert wind. Some of them, in the areas around some of them, you can see the remains of crumbling brick patios, rusted barbecue grills, discarded propane tanks, metal trash cans full of empty beer bottles, and the occasional remains of a decades-old rusted skeletal wreck of a vehicle.
Jesus,
Ain't this
people
pretty?
actually live around here.
I wonder where everyone went. It's so weird.
It's the American disease. Just chews you up and spits you out. Ain't a place for, ordinary folk anymore. It's the big man and his big money. He want to chase people out and then just, build his skyscrapers and his golf courses. Ain't no place for the average American man anymore.
Okay, so you're just gonna choose one at random, one that looks safe, more stable and safe
on our heads.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm guessing I have no idea where these two have gone, so I'm just going to find the nearest can and kick it as loud as I can.
Give us a luck roll.
We're trapped.
Timmy. Oh well, in fact, Timmy, you can give us a luck roll, and the person who has got the let's see, do I need the lowest one for this one?
Oh, actually.
Oh no! In fact, all 3 of you can make a luck roll. In fact.
Oh.
I cannot make any rolls at the moment, Phil, because I've been booted out and I can't get back in again.
Okay, let's follow. Oh, that looks because it looks like you're still logged in. Let me see if I can kick you out. Yeah, there you go. If you refresh the login window.
Finally.
But yeah, if Timmy and Sky, if you can make a luck roll.
Timmy.
Why is it not letting me?
I cannot. I'm clicking on it and it's bringing up how to click, but it's not.
Oh, it's not just me then. Okay. I thought it was because I popped it out.
Oh.
Let me see if it is because I popped it. Oh, it looks different. Yeah.
No, I'm gonna say mine's not popped out.
Yeah, no, it's not.
I'll do it.
You're clicking on the.
I'm trying to keep it clean. All right, yeah.
Click on the word, not the number.
Yeah, I am doing.
I
And it's not doing anything at all.
Nope.
am. No.
Huh. Right, that's odd. Cause
Like it's
working.
highlighting red, and then I can click it.
Hold on a minute. Yeah, no, that's right. That's not right. So that should be fine. Just double check this one.
Still grayed out.
Still grayed out.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let's
God.
sit down and open it again.
The ownership settings seem to be
Banjax?
correct.
Oh.
I would try refreshing Foundry because the
I
ownership.
closed the thing down and rebooted it.
Yeah.
So,
Same for like Tony and Flea. I would try refreshing Foundry because like I said, this should be working. The permissions are correct, and I can I'm clicking on stuff, and the stuff comes up fine. Oh, hold up. No, I see what the problem is. The character sheets were unlocked. That is my bad. Oh no, Timmy's isn't unlocked. Oh no, they're not unlocked. That is strange. Cat's trying to climb the screen.
Oop. Hang on.
I refreshed.
Yeah, I'm rolling.
Cool.
I've hit roll. All I've got to do now is wait for dice.
I think you unbooted Phil. I don't know if you've booted me.
Yes, I've you're still not in the player list. Right, if it's
Look at the camera.
okay, so Timmy, so you as you make your way inside the Wayland estate, this trailer park, you just catch sight of Jack and Sky as they disappear into one of the trailers. Maybe about here.
I click the button. I don't.
Nice.
There's a roll window come up,
It
Johnny?
did. I think.
Did you do what? Did you do what
Oh, there it goes.
Did you do what I did and go click?
Oh, wow.
You've got 300 roll windows.
No, I closed them, and then I made sure they were all gone, and then redid it.
Yep.
Okay, so that's and you still can't get in, Trousers?
Well, I'm still officially already logged in. I can't.
Okay, right. I'm probably going to have to log out.
Oh, no.
One second. I might have to log out and restart the server. It will take about 30 seconds. So it will boot everybody out temporarily.
Okay.
We'll still be on the screen, so we can just carry on.
Yeah. So
Okay, I'm married. I'm used to being booted out.
It's like welcome to Typical Friday.
I don't need that actually.
Hey, Timmy, join the
Horror!
I got enough to go around, Timmy. I got enough to go around. You know, it's all medicinal.
I'm gonna wait a few minutes lurking in the bushes until just about the time when you're opening the packet, and I'm just gonna bang on the side of the caravan and go, "Hey man, how's it going?" You'll be like, jump, and they'll fly everywhere. I'm gonna be crawling around. You'll be crawling.
I'm gonna log on his Trousers. Force him to be Wallace. See what it's like to, wear the trousers in the family.
Then you can but you'll be crawling around on all fours, going like new, putting like small white pebbles into the bag because they look like the pills.
You should be able to log back in now.
Also, why the bag? Why can't you buy Tic Tacs like a normal person?
Hey. Right.
Breath mints.
Oh, what are you doing?
Do you know it says join the game back to the forge, and I totally read Forge's fridge.
Look at the pig. I'm sorry.
Back to the fridge.
I'm sorry,
I'm
Cruz.
just wondering if Wayland Estates here is
Oh,
is
you
the
went,
precursor to Wayland Corporation.
you went in that direction as well, too, Jake. Mhm.
It all started here.
The precursor
So-
to
This is
to a
actually an
space
alien
program.
Earth. Not an alien.
What you don't realise is there is actually a xenomorph in one of the caravans.
Anyway, yeah, so we're basically in one of these dilapidated caravans.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Lying on
can
the
you
packs. Yeah.
can you give us a luck roll as well then for
luck roll.
Jack?
Come on, Jack. Lucky Jack.
Boom!
Yeah.
Everybody's lucky. Everybody's
Nice.
lucky. Everybody's lucky. So, since you both look, I will give you an option what you want to spend that or what you want to spend that luck roll on. Do you want to spend that luck roll on something related to the interior of this mobile home, or the fact that that Tim is creeping up on you?
I'll go for the interior, I think, because I don't really care if Timmy pops up.
I certainly don't.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay.
It's definitely about the interior. It's just
We're
getting
gonna,
Right.
which makes me feel awkward. Yeah.
So, in which case, you're both oblivious to the fact that Timmy sneaks up and then just bangs violently on the side of the mobile home. You can both make a sanity check. So, if you fail your sanity check, it will make you jump, and you may indeed do what Timmy suggested.
Oh no, he might drop his stash.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool.
I will just screech out and just jump and probably like fall over a little bit.
It's a fence.
Hey guys, what are you doing over here? And I'm just gonna sit there in the doorway of the caravan
Oh
with the
my
biggest,
God.
widest, spit-eating grin I can possibly make.
Rude.
Screw you, Timmy.
Hey guys, it's not going to be long before the car's. Oh my God, I've changed accents. Hey guys, it's not going to be long before the car's fixed.
Okay, we're just taking a
Sure.
perch.
We just passing a bit of time, you know.
You found anything interesting in here? God, I sound like Carol Shelby.
Well, did we? I don't know. Or just
You can
not
make.
fall on us.
I reckon Jody Sky Blue, she can make a spot hidden roll. I imagine Jack's too focused on trying to hold on to his pills and extract
Breath mints.
Yeah, his breath mints. Okay, right. So you you find a tattered, some bleached paperback book. A copy of poetry by William Blake.
Oh,
It's a
nice.
bit of a bad omen in the Cthulhu game, isn't it?
Oh man, those pages make awesome roll-ups.
No, wait, no. Let's see what they got written on it. You never know. Need to have something good written on if you're gonna, use it like that. You take in the words. So I'll have a quick look at some of the.
Staring, honestly.
Never mind the tiger burning bright.
Oh, you're not going to force me to look up some William Blake, are you?
It is
What
doobie
kind of-
burning bright.
Tiger
man.
burning bright, lighting up in the middle of the night.
There we go. That's what you find. You saved me the trouble.
Once upon a
Oh,
midnight dreary, there I pondered weak and well. Don't ask me anymore. I can't remember it. He's a depressing chap. He's Edgar Allan Poe.
Yeah, there's also here.
He wrote some good books, though.
Anyway, right, yeah. So having had our recreational diversion disturbed, I guess we're gonna slink back to the other back of the garage.
okay. So you're not popping any of your pills then?
Oh yeah, I took it anyway.
Oh, you're going to.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's popped them all over the floor.
Yeah. Well, no, I took one, and then when Timmy banged on the door, I took a couple more because I was thinking.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
interesting.
And
What
in-
did you take?
Enjoy your nap.
Probably acid.
Oh, they're not.
Let's
They're so your acid isn't in pill form. They're in tabs.
Yeah, sorry, there were. Oh, yeah, I had tabs earlier. These are
femtobarbital, something like that.
These are probably benzos then.
Yeah, so you got 3 joints of weed, you got 8 acid tabs, and 4 what's it? Amphetamines, yeah. Amphetamines, some speed.
I shocked him. I shocked him so much he ate one of his joints.
So okay, yeah. So I got one. When so I was on the joints anyway because it's constant. And then I took an amphetamine.
Okay. Okay. Radio.
So the next place we've got to go is the general store because he's going to have some massive munches.
So if you happen to look on your gear and cash, you've got your drug paraphernalia, and it tells you the effects of each of your.
That says 1920 setup, doesn't it? Right.
On your character sheet.
Oh yeah, sorry, I was looking under items.
On the gear and tabs, yeah, you should be able, if you click on each one, it'll expand it and it'll tell you a little bit about the good things that happen from your the other stuff I know about.
Okay.
Surely there can't be any bad side effects from taking drugs.
For any children listening, and just to please switch, there totally are. Do not do drugs.
Yeah.
So 1d3 times 10 minutes per dose. So I guess I roll a d3 and we just have a look and see how that works out. Ooh, so 2 minutes. I am hyper aware.
So.
No! Is that when they sit looking at a chair, like going like, look at that chair, like the form of it's incredible, it's amazing.
So you saw.
I'm very aware that any details inside this caravan, I'm probably like going to jump out at me.
So did you say that you popped more than one?
This is where the bad things that happen to you.
I did say that, and I
did say
held to that because I said it. Yeah.
So give us a roll as a 1d3 then, because there's only 4 in the little baggie. So roll as a 1d4, 1d3. Sorry.
Do you want a sanity roll first?
Not yet. No.
Oh, fine. Okay, fine.
So he said not yet.
Not yet.
It's a Cthulhu game. There's always not yet.
Am I going to regret being like a jovial American and like slamming on the caravan like they totally would?
That's a full 3.
That's a full 3. So wow, you popped them all. Wow. 4 doses of speed. Nice. Okay,
they
so
they do have a cemetery. That's all right.
And you rolled a 2 on your effects 1d3. You rolled a 2, so that's 2 minutes times 10 times 4, so that's 40 minutes. The effects of this is going to last.
Does the charger have a roof rack we can strap him to?
You gotta love an RPG that has game mechanics for drug consumption.
Because we can't put him in the trunk because he'll damage the back of the seat.
So yeah, we'll give it a few minutes before it'll take a few moments for them to kick in. So while they're kicking in, I'll go back over to the gas station where Wallace and Janice are drinking, relaxing with a bottle of Coke.
So Janice, we haven't discussed how many children do you see in your future?
Children. Well, I suppose I've always wanted a son and a daughter. I think that's a nice number to start with, don't you?
A rugby union team.
Of course, honey. Oh, we're gonna have the most wonderful family together.
But we need to make sure we don't need to rush into things, Wallace. We need to make sure your career's established and.
Of course. I'm on the straight and narrow. I mean,
that's why this promotion was so important. That's why we're celebrating it, because it's a first step. I'm going to follow in the footsteps of my father and his father before him, his father before him. Well, his father before him, I don't know if there was a police force, but I think in his heart, if there was, he truly would want to have been a police officer.
You're my rock, Wallace. You always have been, and I always knew I could rely on you. And Dad always had good things to say about you.
That's swell. That's just swell.
So what are we going to do? Are we just going to sit here for the next half hour? And the company's nice, and she kind of smiles, glances sideways at the two old guys, and smiles at them again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's nothing like a Midwestern charm. It's old fashioned. It's wonderful. It's nice. I bet you hear they still open the doors for you when you walk into a place. So you're gonna peek around the corner and see how they're doing on old Dodgy there. I'll peek around. They seem to be making progress.
So Russ has got
General Sherman
the car up on the ramp, and he's he's in the process of removing the wheel and the tire. He says, I think there might be some damage to your rims here. Might have to look for some replacement rims as well, mister. Don't want to put a fresh tire on that, and then the phone rings. You can hear the phone ringing in the shop. Sorry, I just need to get that. And he can make a psychology roll.
Sure. Busy place.
He can make a psychology roll as he says this.
Okay. Oh, let's move this down a bit. There we go. Science. Psychology. Oh, it must be under. I apologize. It must be differently, or do I not have psychology?
You should have some level of psychology. Let me have a look.
There we do. I do have psychology, as a matter of fact.
Oh, is that an 8 or an 8? It's an 80.
There's nothing wrong here whatsoever.
Okay. So
I don't. New rim sounds expensive. I'm going to go over to my rim, and just take a look at it, and where the dent is. I'm going to say, I'm going to look to myself. Maybe if I just get a hammer and hammer out the dent, might be good enough for the for tire to go back on. I mean, as it is, none of my passengers offered to pay for any gas at all. I mean, this is now a flat tire, and suppose anybody's going to share in the expense. I'm probably the only one out of the whole bunch that's gainfully employed, anyways. Man,
I'm hurt. I'm hurt, Wallace. I'm physically hurt by that.
You're there.
No, he's not.
No, I've just got really good hearing.
Oh, thank God! I would never. No. I would never.
It's just this strange.
I would never.
It's a strange feeling where you're like I'm so glad I'm so glad Tim can't hear this. The loser.
So you're actually going to try and have a look at it yourself and see if you can sort it out, or?
Oh yeah, I'll take a look at it. I'm inspecting it. I mean, my baby, my car.
Okay, so there is some damage to the rim. A bit of a rough edge on it, but it doesn't look too severe. I mean, there is a small chance it could damage a new tire if it's not sorted. But it doesn't look like a major issue. But so you could probably sort it yourself. Yeah, maybe a few taps of a hammer, maybe. Should be fine.
Yeah, and I think I'm going to make myself a little bit at home here. I'm going to head over to the red rack that has all the tools and stuff. I'm going to try to find like a mallet. And while the guy's, obviously in the phone, not taking care of my car, I'll see if I can, just tap out or whack out the I'm making myself at home here. I want him to know I feel comfortable here and stuff.
Okay, so you go and retrieve some a mallet, a hammer from the tool bench. You turn around, you see one of the guys that were sat out in front. He's kind of leaning against the side of the doorway into the shop, and he just kind of nods, rubs his tongue against the edge of the paper, and rolls a cigarette, and sticks it in the corner of his mouth. You all right there, sir?
Yeah, not my lucky day, let me tell you. It looks like a little dent in the rim, but you're Jesse? What was the name? Sorry.
My name's Nate, sir.
No, not Nate. Your colleague.
Colleague.
Mentioned that might be something that needs to be.
Your colleague. I like that. Russ, you mean Russ?
Yeah, Russ. So I figured I'll help him out. Won't stay in your hair too long. We don't want to, don't want to overstay our welcome, and we'll get out on our way. Tell me a little bit of a story about this place. Interesting little town that you have here. I guess main industry was cattle, or dealing with cattle.
Yeah. It was. There used to be cattle traders. The old slaughterhouse and beef market on the far side of town. And before that was the Wayland Company. They opened they used to run a uranium mine back in the 50s.
Uranium.
Yeah, over
Wow.
on the east side of the valley. Mine's still there, all fenced off. Folks, a lot of folks think the mines poison the groundwater around here.
Yeah, could be sad. Sad if it did.
Well,
very sad. The government should really be taking care of people.
I ain't seen any evidence of that. And, maybe some of the folks some of the families that used to live out in the sticks, out in the plains, in the Dust Bowl there, they maybe affected their water. But I don't think there's nothing to worry about here in Abattoir. I think the water's fine. We had government folks there over here last year testing the groundwater. So let me have a look at it.
That's good to know. Good to hear.
Yeah, that's a nasty nick on that rim there, mister. Says now when I used to drive my truck,
it's a little rough.
When I used to drive my truck when I'm back in my younger days, and he starts without any prompting, he just starts to just ramble on about telling you about when he used to drive a truck, just driving back and forth across the country, just regardless of whether you wanted to hear him or not. He just starts going on and on and on and on and on about it.
I'll politely nod, and every time it pauses, I'll go, and basically react like I haven't spoken to my wife in the past 7 years, mostly because I didn't want to interrupt her, type of thing.
And while he's talking away, you can see through the side door that leads into the gas, the shop at the gas station, the storefront. You can see Russ. He's on the phone, and he's kind of pacing back and forwards on the phone. He's glances back through the doorway, sees you, and kind of scratching his head and looking, perhaps a look of concern on his face for a moment. And he goes, yeah, okay, yeah, right, okay, I know, yeah. And then he puts the phone down. Walks back into the shop, looking a little bit distracted.
Hey, Russ, I have some good news. I examined the rim. I think we'll be okay. I think we just need to tap it out over there a bit so that the tire won't lose, the air pressure won't come out. If we tap it, out a bit and get that little dent, be a little bit more. Should should hold. I'd say no. I hate to
Well-
run the expense of a brand new rim, especially for an old junkyard tire that we're putting on there. You know.
Yeah, if you want to take that risk, mister, that's,
I mean, if it makes you feel better, we'll take the spare and put it on top there, and then this rim we'll just use it for one of the tires. So we'll put that as the spare in the back. I hate to
Sure.
cause you extra work and
No,
stuff.
no,
But if you really
that's-
think it's a concern, we can do it that way.
Well, I wouldn't want you to. You wouldn't want to break down between here and Marathon. You want to be stuck out there in the heat.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can sort that out. I'm afraid I'm going to have to go over to the scrapyard and find a tire for the spare, though. I haven't got any here at the shop.
Listen, I'm much obliged. I really appreciate you going through all of this effort for us. Very, 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 very friendly people here. Especially the strangers and stuff. So it means a lot to me that fellow Americans care for each other so much.
Well, like I say, I couldn't on good conscience see you drive out of here and putting yourself and your friends at risk. If people die out there in the heat.
I could go without you.
Oh,
I just don't want to.
I'll
So
we'll hang out here. We'll wait for you to get back.
yeah, it might take me an hour or so. So I'm gonna close up the shop while I'm going. You're welcome to wait out front.
You know what? Maybe probably if it's all right. I mean, you have your friends here. I think it was Matt who's here anyways, who can supervise. Maybe I'll just put the spare tire on in the meantime.
Wow.
And yeah.
You can make a persuade roll, I think, if you want.
All right. I'll what's the worst that could happen? Right, Foxy?
Oh, there you go. Sure. Yeah, no problem. You, Nate here will help. He usually helps me out in the shop, so I'll be quick as I can.
No problem. I wouldn't be a real American man if I couldn't change a tire on a vehicle. But all right, it's good to have Nate around. I'll appreciate the company.
Okay, so it's like nods at Nate. Says, you help this gentleman out, Nate. I'll be back as soon as I can. I'm just nipping over to the scrapyard. So yeah, sure, yeah, no problem. So Russ heads out, leaving you in the shop with Nate. The other guy outside, he gets up and sort of pokes his head round the door and says, "So I'm going to get off. I'm going to head off home. I'll see you tomorrow, Nate." And they exchange a few pleasantries, and this other guy, you see him head off.
Yeah, Nate, I feel real bad. You're having to come and help me. If I can get Timmy back and he can give me a hand. I don't want to put you out more than it's necessary. You guys have been so kind.
No offense, Mister, but I think part of the reason, Russ probably wants me just to keep an eye on the place. If you get my meaning.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, no, of course. I mean, stick around, but and I'll just go. I'll reach and I'll bring the car down so that I can access the trunk and get the spare tire out.
Okay. So we shall leave you doing. We're doing that, replacing your tire and what have you. Right. So meanwhile, the back over in Wayland Estate, these 4 doses of speed are starting to kick in. So you're gonna have to make a Constitution roll to see if you can remain conscious. If it's too much.
I ain't great on Constitution.
You okay there? You okay there, man? You okay there, Jake?
Oh, no, absolutely not.
It's like, yeah, I'm fine. Starts spinning, takes off like a helicopter.
So yeah, it's like why? So Jack is just like totally wide-eyed, like just buzzing, just hyperactive, and then suddenly sort of staggers and is out cold.
Oh
It's
no,
dead.
this is like the pink elephant scene, isn't it? They're here, they're there, they're tripping around the chair in your head.
Oh no, what happened?
Jake, are you okay?
Jack.
I feel like Jack. Are you all right, Jake?
I see how you get confused though.
No, are you all right though? He looks all right. Back to the game. Jack, are you okay? I'll give him a few gentle slap, tap his face a little bit.
So it's yeah, maybe he groans a little bit, and his eye, you like pull his eyelids back, his eyes are rolled back into sort of back in the top of his head.
With the amphetamine, it's going to be the heart.
Yeah.
That's basically what it does. You get your heart going. So.
But yeah, it's like pulse is racing.
Oh,
but
great.
yeah,
I'll check his pulse. I'll open his mouth, make sure he's still got his teeth. Wait, that's horses. Oh, never mind.
But you can give us a first aid check.
What kind of drugs are you used to taking?
Ooh, right, here we go.
Recovery position.
First aid. Here we go. What's the worst that can happen?
Hey.
Well, yeah, look at that. So you see, yeah, you stick him into put him into recovery position. He seems okay. He doesn't look to be in any danger. He's just passed out. He's taking too much, and just passed out.
Wow, my God! I'll look over at Sky. He should be alright. He just needs to sleep this off.
Oh, thank God. I didn't do anything. Yeah, we were just chilling, just relaxing. We was gonna just, enjoy the scenery.
No, it's right. It's fine. This is just the kind of thing he does. I know his sister worries about him a little bit, so we'll just wait here and see if he comes round before we take him back, because we don't want to like whittling about it. Can't think of the American version of that. Oh,
how long were they gonna be? Do you think he's gonna have enough time to, go
how
around
long
without them coming
how long is
looking?
it? How long is it going to be? And can I roll to have a guess?
Well, you got a hard success, didn't you, on your first aid roll? So I would say he's going to be. You reckon he's going to be out for maybe about an hour?
He should be back in an hour. But I think by the time they've got I don't think it's going to take longer than that to fix the car. So it'll be fine. We can just kind of like put him in a corner here out the sun. We've got some water with us. He should be fine, and I'll drag him over into a corner where there's more shade.
Okay.
Taking no notes of the little white pills on the ground if there are any, and accidentally treading on every single
Oh no,
one
he's swallowed them all.
That's why he passed out.
Yeah, he swallowed all 4 of them.
So, are you okay? Yeah. Well, that's it. This is great. We won't have to have a talk with him about his drugs when we get home, because he's eaten all of them.
Yeah, pretty much.
This works.
So what are you doing? You just dragging him into the shade and just sitting there with him, or?
I've got this horrible feeling that if we leave him alone, he's going to get eaten by a coyote.
One big hungry coyote.
It's the worst time, believe it. The worst kind, believe me.
Call a coyote.
Oh my God, that's a great idea for a game.
I mean, if we're going anywhere, we're only gonna go with him or we'll go across the road.
Maybe because it's like he should be right here. It's like
I think maybe we should go and top up some water and get something, something sugary for him to eat when he wakes up. That always makes me feel better.
Yeah. Let's do that. What do you think this place was? Do you think anyone actually lived here?
I mean, there's a lot of places, but now it looks like this place has been empty for years.
Yeah,
Pretty sad.
that's what I was. That's what I was thinking. It's like they're here, but it doesn't look like anyone's actually ever lived here.
No. How sad.
So you just are you just hanging around waiting for Jack to come round then, or are you?
They did say it'd be half an hour for the car, so you might want to see how they're doing it now.
Yeah.
Well, I think Blue is gonna go back to the gas station. I think before wandering off to try and find some more drink and snacks.
Okay. Okay, so back at the gas station then, Janice is clearly getting a bit agitated. Wallace, can't you just leave that for the guy from the gas station to sort out? We're here, we might as well.
Oh, come on. I mean, I you know, as a highway patrolman, it's going to be important that I know how to, help, citizens that have flat tires on the road. I mean, this is stuff I'm going to be called out to do. If I can't handle changing a tire on my own, I mean, what kind of a highway patrolman will I be? Plus, you heard him. It's going to be an hour out. I mean, I don't want to, build up the expenses and the time and everything. I mean, I just think I'll get what I can get done myself. And, if he's able to bring a tire back, I mean, it's a junkyard. Who's to even say they even have the same size? I mean, we'll be lucky if we get anything half decent in a place like this.
Just go. Wallace, we're supposed to be on vacation. So, you do what you like. I'm going to go and see what this diner place is like.
Sure, honey. Whatever you like. See if they have any malts for me.
And she kind of Janice, she stomps off in a bit of a huff and starts heading down the road towards the centre of town.
I think if
the
I
fairer sex, I think to myself.
if I see her as I'm coming back towards the gas station, I will probably join her.
Yeah.
Towards town.
Okay. That seems reasonable. Rightio. So, and is Timmy staying? I presume Timmy's staying with unconscious Jack in that case.
I think I'd be. I'm feeling kind of responsible.
Yes, as a dedicated nurse.
It's like, yeah, I am a dedicated nurse. I am proud of my job. I've just totally made a guy get off his tits on drugs. So it's only fair that I sit around and take care of him. Have I got a black marker with me?
Radio. So Sky, you catch up with Janice, and she sort of smiles a bit of a weak smile. You got the impression she wasn't overly impressed about you strong arming your way into the car.
I just smile widely and then like walk with her, but like floating, very like bouncy, flowy kind of walk. Just smiling and looking around the town.
Okay. So you head down Main Street away from the gas station towards the center of town, around down here. So while this is clearly considered the center of town, due primarily to the greater concentration of structures, buildings, that includes a general store, a town hall and post office, a rather seedy-looking bar named the Last Stop Bar and Beds, which you can see a few locals are sitting on the porch outside, and there's a motel appears to be part of runs down from the side of the bar. Though there's no cars currently parked in the parking lot of the motel. There's a few other businesses that include a barber shop, a laundromat, a grocery liquor store, a drugstore, a bank, an electronic repair shop, a shoe shop, and surprisingly what looks like a tourist gift shop called Thunderbird Gifts. But it's hard to tell the difference between which of these places are open, closed, or just out of business. To the north, you can see the town's water tower. And a little way beyond that, on top of a hill, you can see what looks like a cemetery. In the distance, on the east side of town, you can see a large industrial-looking building. And to the south, a classic church steeple can be seen above the poking above the rooftops of the buildings. And you can make a spot hidden roll as well. Oh, very good. So beyond the town, in the hills, maybe a few miles distant, you can see poking up the skeletal frame of an old windmill. Not like a European windmill, one of these sort of almost looks like an oil derrick with a big fan windmill on top, usually used for pumping water, powering water pumps and things like that.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, it must be 3 miles, 2-3 miles to the east, out of town.
Is it east this way?
Yeah, this way, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Out of town this way. But this is one of the typical look of some of the shops, which are clearly, like I say, some of them are closed or abandoned. It's hard to tell. A few appear to be actually open, but this is pretty much typical of one of the storefronts.
Seen better days.
Okay. I'm after the general store.
Oh, for rent or lease?
Yeah, you should. Can you zoom? Let me just check. I can't remember if I turned the zoom in. All right. Let me turn the panel. So you should be able to use the right hold the right mouse button to drag the map around, and use a mouse wheel to zoom it in and out, so you can better see things.
I was a bit confused that it's right mouse.
So you got a little key on the left-hand side that explains what the so you know what the different the numbers are for the different buildings.
Yes, I think going up what we can see there. Yeah, general store.
Just
Okay.
keep Jack away from number 7.
Woohoo! So the
I leave them on.
Yeah, 'cause
the grocery and liquor store was it? Oh, Jamatha's general store. Sorry, yeah.
yeah, 'cause I would have wandered down. Obviously, if
Yeah, it's the first
Janice
place, the
was
first
sorted.
business you come to as well. Yeah.
The thing is, I probably would have wandered the full street. Looking
Uh-huh.
for all, but if it was a diner first, but if not, yeah, just head.
Yes. So the diner, or is the closest thing to a diner is this place here, the Last Stop Bar and Beds, which has got the motel at the side attached to the side of it.
Yeah, it's just be the general store.
So Janice is keen to either check out the general store or even perhaps even the bar.
Yeah, I'm going to the general store. I'm gonna actually get something sweet and a drink.
Okay, so it's approaching the general store. It's like a wood-fronted structure that's got a roof porch that runs the full length of the building, almost like an old West style sort of feel to it. There's a sign above the entrance that declares this as Mather's General Store, and there's a few old barrels with various farming implements sticking out of them that flank the main double doors, which are wide open. You can see a balding man wearing denim overalls that sitting on a sofa at the far end of the porch. This tatty old battered sofa. A pile of crushed beer cans are piled up on the cushion next to him, and he stares without any embarrassment. He just stares, almost glares at you as you approach the store. A cigarette smouldering between his fingers, and he takes a long drag, and it burns almost down to his fingertips before he flicks it onto the floor and exhales this big cloud of cigarette smoke as you step up onto the porch. And he just stares at you, at the pair of you. The kind of look that you get from familiar look you've seen, plenty of, especially yourself, from plenty of small American towns. That kind of look that says, "We don't like you here. You're not welcome."
Yeah. Morning.
And he says nothing. Just stares at you.
Is there is there sign saying they're open or anything?
The doors are wide open.
Oh, okay. And it's like kind of just smile and just move on forward, move on in.
Okay, so
Wrapping them around your finger.
So you go in. Janice follows after you. She kind of like smiles and gives a polite hello to this guy that's promptly ignored. No response. Doesn't return the pleasantries. And the inside smells of dust, kerosene, and stale cigarette smoke. It doesn't look like it's been restocked for years, judging by the layer of thick dust that's covering everything. The only places that are conspicuously free of dust is a path leading from the front doors to behind the counter, and the counter itself. Countertop itself is free of dust. The shop seems to sell a variety of items, including tools, simple clothes, canned goods, dry goods, paper goods, a few small home furnishings. On one wall, there's a small commercial refrigerator and freezer that contains a few basics behind their dirty, smeared glass doors like eggs, milk, cheese, a few TV dinners, and so on. Behind the counter, 8 shelves displaying bottles of hard liquor, cigarettes, and a selection of tacky ashtrays that say, "Welcome to Abattoir." Next to the antiquated cash register is a gallon jar of milky-looking liquid with several dozen pickled eggs floating within. A pair of stained metal tongs hangs from the counter by a piece of string. And there's a gruff voice comes from the door behind you. "What do you folks want?" And turning around, it's the guy that was sat on the sofa. He's wearing a grey apron that might have been white once, jeans, a dark blue work shirt, and a pair of thick black rimmed glasses.
Oh, just looking for some snacks while they're filling up the car up the road.
"What do you mean, snacks?" And he takes a cigarette from his shirt pocket and lights up, walking around the corner. Behind the counter, sorry, not around the corner. "You mean snacks? This ain't no cafe, no bar."
Okay, just something to eat. Just having a look at what you have.
"We got what you can see."
Okay. It's
You folks out of town?
Yeah. We're just like I say, we're just filling up. We're just filling up the car at the gas station up the road. Just stopping, passing through.
Right, he just stands there, not saying anything else, just looking at you.
Do they have like? Does he have like snack stuff? I don't know.
The closest thing to a snack would be like TV dinners that's in the fridge.
Oh, okay.
No chips.
You might have a barrel of peanuts that are sold by weight.
Yeah. or there's the pickled eggs on the counter
Oh yeah.
in this like milky looking fluid.
I'm pretty sure. Pith
That's
and liquid should not
1975
be-
gas station sushi.
Yeah,
In this
You
case as well. Oh,
You
I
can't
would-
beat a pickled egg. Well, you can, but you've got to throw the hammer away afterwards.
Do they? What kind of drinks do they have apart from the hard liquor?
Nothing.
Sarsaparilla.
He's got just hard liquor. Might be a few bottles of beer in one of the fridges. Says, now, do you folks want something? Or are you just wasting my time?
I'll go and grab the couple bottles of beer. Plonk them on the counter.
Right. It rings him up on the cash register. He says, right, that'll be whatever it is, couple of dollars.
That'll be money.
Yeah, it's that.
Takes your money
I'll pay
and
them
slams
up
the
and
door
just-
shut on the cash register. Says, you want snacks? You best off down the bar. They do food. Do good meal.
Okay, well,
They don't come in here wasting my time asking for snacks. I don't do that. You want some TV dinners? You're gonna need an oven for that.
okay. Well, thank you. We'll be going.
So my stock's a little
Look at the
low.
car might be good for TV dinner now.
Yeah, you could probably put it out on the street.
Yep, buy eggs.
Yes.
Right, so
pick it up
he
and head out.
yeah, and he literally follows you out of the shop and stands in the doorway watching the pair of you walk away.
Well, they're not a very friendly bunch.
Wallace, with your, I think you can give us a mechanical repair roll, perhaps with a bonus dice with the assistance of Nate.
I don't fancy my chances.
You can do it.
Oh, look at that!
I believe in you.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, so yeah, you with Nate's help, you get the tire changed. Put take the spare from the boot, change, swap the whole thing. So you got nice fresh rim and stash the old rim with the shredded tire in the boot. So, well, I think we did a fine job
All
there
right.
between us.
Thank you. Thank you kindly. I guess I'll wait for Russ to come back, and I'll settle up with him and for the gas as well. And I'll take the car down, and I'll just move it out of the bay so he could move his other car back in the bay, and I'll stop in front of the shop, assuming if gas was already pumped, then great. If not, then I'll pump the gas and wait.
No, it's already yeah. Well, yeah. So the pump will
Ready to go.
probably the
You
pump's
didn't
probably
pump- You
locked.
didn't pump your own gas in 75.
No, the pump will be locked, so you'll have to
No,
wait.
no, that it wouldn't have. Yeah, that's right. It would either. Okay.
So shall we say, for convenience sake, so we'll say that by about this time, Jack finally starts to regain consciousness.
Hey, Jack,
Jimmy.
Jack, man. Are you there? Are you there, man?
I don't want to scare you, Jimmy, but I think the cops are around here.
Looks like for the cops.
There's nobody
No.
about. There's nobody about.
Well-
Although you do spot, as
Hey,
you look
we're-
about, you do spot an old guy over the far side, towards the playground over here. You see an old guy picking through the debris of one of the other mobile homes.
Okay. I'll just give a little cheery wave as we're kind of crawling our way out of the caravan.
I was like, hold my hand up
Where-
to acknowledge him.
Where'd Blue go?
Blue want to go and find you something sweet to eat when you woke up.
Okay.
She's been gone a while now, but I think she met up with Janice. In fact, I think I saw them heading in the same direction.
Okay, well, let's go and see how Wally's getting on with the car.
You okay there, man?
Automobile.
You okay there, man? You need a hand?
Yeah, no, never better, you know? Yeah, sure. Well, maybe a little, maybe just a, you know, just in case, you know. Hey, it's hot. Was it this hot before? It feels hot.
Yeah, it's pretty warm. It's be cooling down soon, though.
Okay, yeah, let's go and see how Wally's getting on with the automobile.
Okay, so you find Wallace stood outside the gas station talking to this old guy who you quickly learn is called Nate.
We good? All done?
Hey, Jack, buddy, how you doing, man?
Yeah,
Doing good?
peachy,
You feeling
peachy.
good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah,
what's
we're
Janice?
just waiting. Janice went with your friend Jody. I think they went to find something to eat.
Right on their own? You let them go on their own? Two young
This
women
is
unescorted?
1975. Women are allowed to go on their own now, please. I mean, you know, they can bring home the bacon, they can fry it up in a pan, and they'll never let you forget you're a man because they're a woman. That's what they say. So, you know, don't be disrespecting your sister like that, man. It's not right. You have to be a little bit more progressive.
Oh yeah, I am woman. Hear me roar. You know, I'm allowed for that. So, yeah. I'm just, you know, if there's anything heavy, they got to bring back with them. You could. Okay, fine.
Oh, of course,
So-
but the people here seem perfectly chivalrous. I'm sure they'll have a grocer's boy help with any groceries or anything else.
So we
But
all
yeah,
done?
I hope we'll be gone soon.
We all done?
You know, look, almost. I got the spare tire up and running. Could have done it myself, to be honest. But you know, they're just gonna fetch us another one, so we'll have a spare. I mean, still 50 miles to our destination, so I don't want to be driving without a spare. That wouldn't be responsible.
You can do 50 miles on a spare, Wally. Even if it's one of them
No,
new
the spare's
skinny
fine.
ones.
It's a full spare. No, there's no such thing as a skinny one. The spare tire is fine, but if we have another blowout on the road, we don't have a spare. That's what a spare means.
Well,
So since
I
we
mean,
don't have one,
try not to blow up the other tire, and we'll be fine.
do my best, but that's why they call them accidents and not on purposes, you know?
Okay, sure. Okay.
If I turn
what-
around, can I still see this old guy who's picking through the trailer park?
That depends if you wanted to hang back or not.
Well, no, I just wonder if I can see them from the
From the gas station, no, we can't see from the gas
Ah.
station. No.
Okay.
But you could have loitered behind at the trailer park while I went off to the garage.
Actually, well, I'll tell you. Give
As
us
a
a spot.
nurse, maybe you're concerned for his welfare.
Give us a spot hidden actually, because you can see. I mean, you know, there's a lot of bushes and undergrowth and like stuff. But you have got a kind of from the
Well,
front.
it
You
was
have
the
got
70s.
you have got a clean line of sight towards where the area where it
Spot
was.
Spot hidden.
Spot hidden. Give us a spot hidden. Why not?
That is
Why
going to be over here. There it is.
Yeah, it is under S.
Oh,
Alphabetical order.
yeah.
51, which is a
Oh,
fail.
no.
You can spend. You can push it. You can spend luck.
Spend one luck. Go on, spend one
Do you,
luck.
do you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm feeling lucky. I'm going to spend one luck
Okay.
because it also reduces my luck.
It's not really lucky.
It
That's
reduces,
economy.
it reduces my luck Test 69.
There we go. Do you want to do it? Can you, or shall, do you want me to? So if you click on the chat card, it'll expand. You can see the buttons to spend the luck. In the chat,
Click on the result in the chat box. There you go.
There you
and
go.
one
there you go.
look.
There you go. So yeah, at first you don't see him, but then you catch sight of him back on the main road, for want of a better word, the main track that runs through the States, heading sort of a northeasterly direction, heading up this way.
I'm just being nosy and wondering what on earth can a guy want to be doing in a disaster area like that. It looks pretty obvious that like everything's been picked clean by everybody who's been in there already. It's like there's nothing there. So what could that guy possibly be doing? And before anyone suggests it, it's way too dry for mushrooms.
So he looks the guy looks quite, maybe his 50s, maybe 60s. I mean, you can't get a it's a bit of a guess because it's quite a distance away from you now, but you can, even from here, you can say he's wearing quite shabby, mismatched clothes. And you can see every few feet he walks, he stoops and picks something up, examines what he's got in his hand, and either stuffs it into his pocket or tosses it back on the floor.
Please, I hope Jack didn't drop any drugs or anything over there.
You do notice one of the things he picks up. He does take a lighter from his pocket and sparks a few after a few unsuccessful attempts. He lights something and sort of half chewing it, half sucking it out, and you see a cloud of thick bluish smoke. And then he kind of sort of looks around and then carries on his way, walking along this main road, heading up this way.
Not suspicious at all.
No, she's fine. She's fine.
So are we going to get some food? What's the plan here, Wally? We getting food, or are we just going to...
Food? Well, I mean, come on. Already getting the tire repaired. 50 miles. Be there in an hour and 7 minutes. Can eat when we get there.
See, I'm on your side. I'm on your side, Wally. But from my belly's got a different view, and I got to listen to my belly, So we got to find somewhere like a little diner or something down here.
Well, look, there's the grocery shop over there, but I mean, don't just do us a favor. We're just beginning this trip. Let's start it on the right path. Don't go to the last stop bar. Just go to the grocery, find something there. You're hungry to eat, but no need to go to the bar. It's the afternoon. We'll just get something there, and I'm sure friend will be back with the tire soon.
I don't touch alcohol.
I'm just saying,
devil's
a vice is a vice. You gotta.
Anyway, my
It's
sister's
okay,
down there.
Jack. I trust you. It'll be fine. Yeah.
Do we want to go and find her, or are you going to wait here waiting for this tire to come back?
Oh, I'm going to wait for the car. I'm going to wait for the tire. I mean, I haven't paid him yet. It'll be unseemly for me to leave without, the premises without paying. I don't want him to get all nervous and stuff like that. I'll wait here for Jesse to come back with the tire. And you know what? If he does come back before you guys come back here, I'll just drive and pick you up at the grocery store.
Okay, cool. Where's Timmy gone? Timmy.
Timmy is standing off to the side, craning his neck after this old guy.
Yo, Timmy, we're going into town, okay?
Yeah, no problem.
So looking down the road towards Central Station, you probably can see Janice and Sky emerge from the general store onto the main street. Where are the where are you two heading now?
Food.
Where's Sky and Janice headed?
I'll probably just come back on the outside, and Blue would have been looking around and debating.
You're very quiet, Tony.
Is that better? The mic was all the way at the back. That probably helps. So yeah, I was probably looking around, and I looked to Janice. I keep forgetting what she's called.
It is Janice.
Looked to Janice and just like, I mean, just like, and hit like nod towards the bars like, do you want to get your fella? Or do you want to waste some time?
Waste some time. I told Wallace I'm going to want to have a look around, but to be honest, we haven't eaten since this morning. It's getting on past midday now, so what's it? We're going and see what this see if this bar is as bad as it looks. It says good food, and she points to a sign. There's a sign. There's like a hand-painted sign outside saying "Good food."
I mean, I hope
Which must be
it's
true.
good. I mean, looking at the rest of this town, I'm hoping that the food is good. But yeah, start crossing the road and head down.
Okay, so you start crossing the road. You and Jan start crossing the road, heading. Well, it's just next. It's just over there, isn't it? Is it
So have we caught them up then?
So you are heading down the street towards them, probably just a few moments away from them. And Wallace, you hear as you watch them head off down the street, you hear the sound of an approaching car, the roar of like the engine of a muscle car, and there's a cloud of dust comes round the corner from towards the way you entered town, and this beat up looking muscle car comes speeding down the road, driving way too fast for this for this area, and it's pretty rusted and beat up. It's like a haphazard jigsaw piece of different car parts cobbled together. The doors are wrong color. The hood looks like it's from a completely different car. And it comes tearing down the street. The engine like this, the exhaust roaring. You see these two rough-looking guys sat inside, and they're just speeding past the gas station, almost driving straight towards Timmy and Jack. The horn, like sounding the horn at the last minute, almost running them over.
Awooga, awooga.
Oh, there! I shout after them.
Wait!
And the car just speeds off, leaving the cloud of dust. It just tears straight through the center of town and down out the other end along Main Street.
Nate, holy moly! Who were those delinquents?
You pay them no mind. They're just all full of piss and vinegar. Those types.
My goodness! I mean, that's a danger. Yeah. What? Yeah. I'm sure you have a proper sheriff in town. He's
we don't have
taking care of this. No.
No, there's no sheriff here. The nearest sheriff's up in Marathon. We come under the jurisdiction of Marathon Sheriff Office. We haven't had a sheriff. There's never as far as I can recall, we've never had a sheriff here in Abattoir. Says, but yeah, you pay him no mind. Just a bunch of louts, just full of piss and vinegar. I was probably like that, much the same when I was young. But
I don't think they look too young to me. I just think maybe they just never grew up.
Just a bunch of local inbreds. Dust billies, the locals call them.
All right, if you say so. But I mean, man, that's pretty rude over there. That's others never taught them any manners, I suppose.
Yeah, well, like I say, you stay out there where you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Because he looks at his watch. Says, well, it's about I'm way past my midday drink. If you'll excuse me, I'll pass the keys on to Russ as I'm passing the junkyard. And he locks up the shop and the storefront, and he heads off.
All right, nice meeting you, Nate. Yeah, just pass on to Russ. If you can't find a appropriate tire in the end, to have him come back, and I'll set up with him. Let's fill the car up with gas, and we'll be out of his hair. We'll get something next town over.
He kind of nods, sort of says over his shoulders, like waving as he like, yeah, and he kind of picks up the pace a little bit and goes jogging off down the street, down the main street. Leaving you stood alone outside. Outside the gas station. So meanwhile, like I say, this car just tears down the street past you all, covering you all in leaving you choking in clouds of dust as it tears off down Main Street. So Jack and Timmy, you catch up with Jody and Janice as you approach the wonderful Last Stop Bar and Beds.
Oh, are you guys coming for food too?
Oh yeah. I'm a little light, Janice. So could you spring for a burger or something?
Yeah, sure, Jack. Sure, no problem.
I love you, sis. I love it.
So,
come on, Timmy.
Hopefully the food is better than this place looks.
Yeah.
So this the Last Stop has the look of an old West saloon, complete with a wooden false front, a wide boardwalk flanking the dusty street, a couple of hitching posts, and a water trough that is empty, bone dry. A cigar holding wooden Indian stands next to a pair of narrow double doors in the center of the front wall. Several large windows are covered with signs and notices, many of which look like they date back decades. The doors are open.
I guess we're going in.
Is there a menu on the counter or anything?
Well, there's nothing like that outside. If you want to go inside, yeah, by all.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Just
Cool.
walk straight in.
Okay, so there's a couple, like I said, there's a couple of 2 or 3 locals sat on the porch, and they just don't disguise the fact that they just stare at you, this disapproving look.
Yeah, that's it.
I give him a big beaming smile back.
Yeah, they don't respond. In fact, they probably just turn away when you smile at them. So, but inside there is a long bar that runs along the left wall of the room with a dozen or so stools. Tables and chairs seem to be haphazardly positioned around the room, with occasional support posts breaking up the space. On the far wall is a jukebox that is kicking out a crackly, dated soundtrack that sounds like it's more from the 60s than the current hit parade.
Nice. Decent, in other words.
The wall around it is covered with all manner of antique farm equipment that looks like it might date back to the early 1800s.
Wow.
Scattered amongst them are the occasional black and white photograph from days gone by. And on the wall behind the bar is the classic mirror that runs the full length of the bar with bottles of liquor lined in front. The wall above the mirror is covered with license plates from 1908 up to the present. Some are rusted and bent, while others might have been pressed yesterday. In the center of the plates is mounted a large boar's head, its mouth wide open. So behind the bar is a tall, lean man in his late 40s, dark eyes, stringy black hair, and a pencil moustache. He's leans on the bar and says, "Afternoon, folks. You escaping the heat? What can I get you? Food, drink? We do a mean burger here at the last stop."
Yes, please.
Oh, burger sounds mighty fine. What about
We
everyone
want a
else?
beer.
Says, "Can I offer you a menu? We got to find." And he slides this like
Beer's
This-
alcohol.
this beer-stained, dog-eared, like floppy. It's like on card, but it's that that old and being used that much. It's kind of just floppy and barely holding together. Let's see, where is the
Menu.
We have a
Oh,
menu.
an
We
actual
do
menu.
indeed.
Yes, get in there.
We do have a menu. When I can find where I've put things, I shall drop it into. Leave my leg alone, cat, please. There it is. So I shall make that available into there. So that's now in the handouts. You can look at it for everybody.
Oh, yeah.
This is the menu.
Well, you made it, partner.
So that's the front of the menu, and this is the inside of the menu.
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice.
White lightning.
And probably flipping it over, see if there's any desserts or anything. See if the dessert menu is on the back. This is the back of the menu.
Hey, Sis, just pointing out they do like overnight stay.
I'm
You
just
think we might need to stay over?
not that I'm a Call of Cthulhu player. I think I'm just puffing out the bit where it says real people, real meat.
Yeah.
Real meat. Well, real meat.
Nice.
Oh man.
You know, if your
sorry.
fiance can sort the car out, we might have to stay over.
Or somebody will be having us for dinner.
So talking of which, what's
breakfast?
talking of which, what's Wallace doing? Because he's sort of, so you're stood outside on your own outside the gas station. You are you just waiting there for Russ to come back, or?
I'm with the car. I'm not going to leave until I pay. I mean, that would be, unseemly. I'll check the oil myself, probably, and busy myself around. But
Okay.
yeah, all my friends went off because they get to do whatever they want. I'm the responsible one that has to stay here, pay for the work that was done. I can't leave. I'm not a shoplifter. I use their services. If I just leave now without paying, no better than any regular pickpocket thief or criminal.
You could leave a note.
I
Right.
didn't think of that.
So you stand and wait outside the gas station for another 20-30 minutes, and there's no sign of Russ. And you the only thing you do see is you hear you hear at first, you hear the sound of a car engine, like this growl of that muscle car. Sounds like that same car again, and you see a cloud of dust on the south coming up the road on the south end of Main Street that drives through town and then pulls with a skid, pulls into the car park at the side of the last stop bar and beds.
Well, I hope they don't intend on consuming alcohol and then driving again.
But that's half an hour. So, meanwhile,
That's
What
half
are
an
you-
hour. Right, we've got half an hour to eat and then get out of here.
So what are you doing? You just ordering some food and drink, or is
Burger and fries and a beer.
okay? Okay.
Yep, sounds good to me. Burger and fries and a beer. You got burger and fries, ham and cheese, halfway down the thing, pork pie.
Okay, so you
Burger and fries.
so the barman, who introduces himself as Rob, takes your order and he shouts back, "Carlos, we got a burger, some beers," and he shouts out your food order to this guy who briefly pops his head through like a little serving hatch in the back to one side of the mirror, and you see this short, stout man, looks like to be maybe Mexican heritage, got long black hair tied back in a neat ponytail with this thick bushy moustache.
So what's the deal with the caravans up there, the mobile homes? So
So the Wayland Estate, that was built by the Wayland company back in the 50s when the mine was still open. Housed a lot of the workers, but when the mine closed down, people moved out. The Wayland company left up and left.
the
just
man
left.
all taps out, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a damn shame.
We're grateful that you guys stayed.
Well, where else we're gonna go? I was just took the place over from my pa. But
You get
The,
much passing traffic?
no, not so much anymore. No, we kind of off the beaten track, as I'm sure you're aware. It's I think you're the first tour people we've had passing through here for maybe a month now. At least I'm aware.
Wow.
It's tough, man. It's tough for a working man. I know how you feel. You know, I ain't been able to get myself a job with this economy. So
Well, we're lucky. We get by on the little bit of passing tourist trade there are. And sometimes people use my. I'm lucky the most. We got the motel. When on the rare occasion we get people staying, traveling salesmen, the like. In fact, if you folks are interested, I got a full line of empty rooms available. It's just $5 a night.
5. I mean, we have a very competent driver who's fixing our vehicle, and I'm sure it will be on the road in a matter of minutes, and we'll be able to head off. But it's good to know that, you know, if things do go drift, we've got options there. So I will put a pin in that offer of yours, sir. And if we need to avail ourselves of it later, then well, we will be very grateful for those services.
Well, the offer's there. It's only a short drive up from maybe an hour to a drive up to Marathon. So, which is probably why people usually passes by. It's not much calling off here in Abattoir. But anyway, you folks enjoy your meal.
Thank you, Rob. Is it?
It's Rob, yeah.
Thank you very much.
I'd be pleased to hear what you think.
How is the food?
It is exceptional,
Oh.
despite the fact that this place looks like a real dive. It's filthy. The food is exceptional. I mean, it's nothing special. It's burgers and things like that, but maybe steaks and stuff. Well, you can see what's on the menu, but it is really good. It's really good.
Next question: who is the food?
Is there like a finger sticking out of the burger? Or something?
Yeah, somebody's wedding ring.
Why do you think I didn't why do you think I didn't get the ribs?
Well, I have to say, Rob, my compliments to the chef. This is a very juicy, tasty burger. So, thank you very much. It's been a
Hey,
pleasure.
there you go, Carlos. Another satisfied customer. And this Mexican guy, pops out and says, "I think none of the bad review yet."
Maybe if you give me a bad review, that you end up in the next one. So, yeah.
Okay, so you hear while you sat there, you hear the roar of a rather loud car engine.
Up.
And moments later, in through the doors walks these two guys. Both stand a good 6 feet tall, although one of them is walking with a bit of a stoop, and his sort of shoulders kind of twisted on an angle. And as he turns and walks towards the bar, you can see his spine. There's a clear kink in his spine. You can see it poking through like standing out from his back. As they're both just naked from waist up. Both wearing like trousers, like leather trousers patched with bits of denim, big boots that look like they're like my old miners' boots, maybe from look like from the 50s. But these guys, what's stranger, like I said, this guy with this like just twisted spine, but they're both, the faces have kind of unbalanced, like asymmetrical, like the eye, one eye might have lower than the other, a jaw jutting out, scars, and the chest and their arms, almost their entire upper torso is like just tracked with scars, like ugly, vicious, big scars running across their arms and the chest and the backs. And like I said, they just like stomping, looking at you all the while they're walking up to the bar. They just stare at you. One of them in particular, he kind of he pauses for a minute, looking you both up and down,
Afternoon, gents.
Yeah. And you see him, he licks his lips, staring at you.
Probably just thinking about the burgers.
Stood there staring at him. And then Robert says, do you guys wanting something? And he turns and walks over to the bar, and they both order a beer each, and then sit. When they've got the beers, they sit on the stools at the bar, turn round, and just sit staring at you, sipping at the beers.
Okay, has everybody almost finished their food? Because I think we
Damn
probably need to make a...
I'm sorry about this. It's my animal magnetism.
Do you think we could see if they could do, they could wrap up some food for your friend?
Yep. I think so. Janice, you almost finished?
Janice?
Janice. Let's finish up. She raised her hand. Says, Rob, can we have the bill? He says, yeah, I'll be with you in a moment. What's Wallace up to?
About being muted.
Thank you so much for that. Wallace is going to be looking around, looking in the direction of the the junkyard. I mean, there's nothing much for me to do here. Maybe I'll pop in to get another Coke, go around to use the washroom, come back. I'm not, there's nothing I can do. It's hurry up and wait. There's no iPhone for me to do anything with. I'm just honestly twiddling my thumbs. There's no phone to call. Even if there was a payphone here, there's nobody for me to call because everybody that I know is wandering around town. So I'll fume about having everybody forgotten about me for a bit and leaving me here and not offering to come to, spend time with me. And I'll just be stewing in this heat.
Okay. So as you're stewing in this heat, you see another car, like not a car, a pickup truck coming up the road from the south end of Main Street. And it gets about halfway up Main Street, about here. You can see what can't quite make it out. Whatever it looks like a winch or something on the back of the truck, but it's forward facing. And you can see there's a couple of guys sort of hanging on, it's like a flatbed, like a flatbed truck, and they're hanging onto the back and they're shouting and whooping and shouting and throwing bottles at people on the street as they drive past. And it pulls into the car park at the side of the bar, and you see these two jump out the back, and this other guy climbs out of the cab, and all three sort of head into the bar.
This is man, it's gonna be time to leave soon. I think I don't like the look of this place. It attracts the entirely wrong crowd. And I'll be craning my neck again, looking, for any sign that Russ is coming back.
Okay, there's no sign, so you can see all the way down Main Street, all the way to about here, pretty much all the way there, and there's no sign of Russ. You can see a few other people on the streets that quickly making themselves scarce, disappearing inside the shops, inside the businesses, or heading off down the street, down Main Street, even cutting across the wasteland, across the back. Yeah. So
I'm a victim of time at this point.
Okay, so we'll leave you there then. So Rob comes over and with a bill, and he's sort of holding the bill out towards you, and you hear you hear the footsteps of people, some new arrivals at the bar, and he's just pauses there, holding the bill out to you, looking in the direction of the door, and glancing over, following his line of sight. You see two more of these guys, again, just dressed in ragged denim and leather trousers with these boots, ill-fitting boots, misshapen heads, and covered in, the body's covered in scars and tattoos. And stood behind them, appearing behind them, is another guy, even taller. Let's see, where is he? Just find him. I've lost him. There he is.
Voice too, I don't think people left. I think they might have just died out of this place. It's side-eyeing these people.
Just get out as quickly as possible.
Okay, so stood behind them is this guy, maybe about 6 inches, a good 6 inches taller than them. Almost fills the doorway, And this lean, muscular guy covered with, like the others, covered with scars. Like
I'm more worried
ritualistic,
about
it looks like ritualistic scarring, covering almost his entire body. Only his face and neck are free of this. And over the top of all this scarring, his body is covered in tattoos, various just weird symbols and patterns, but emblazoned across his chest in red, big red letters, is a Latin phrase. So you may not know Latin, but you probably all recognize it as Latin. It says sapientia. Oh, good. Really trash this. Et mors am non sed. In fact, I'm not going to try and read that. I'm just going to put that into chat for everybody to see, because I cannot pronounce Latin at all. But yeah, this is emblazoned across his chest in big red letters.
Oh, that's a long sentence to put on a tattoo.
It is. So it just like covers. It's like covering his entire chest, like his upper chest.
Sapientia et mores I am non cessitet veges consenta.
Anyway, I'm not staring at him too closely. To read. Stop staring, Blue. Stop staring, Blue.
So his face has a ragged scar that runs across the full length of his face, over his left eye, which is just milky white. Excuse me. And across the top of his head. And as you follow this line of the scar, you see a glint of metal where a bolt looks as if it has been screwed into the left side of his forehead.
I got for that. I thought it was a bullet.
Whether this has been done as some form as to intimidate, or as some crude attempt at surgery to pin his skull together from some past injuries, is unclear.
Don't look, guys. Don't look. Have we paid?
So Rob's just kind of stood there with
I'm just gonna push him a 20.
holding the receipt.
So, yeah, we're done. We can go. Okay, let's go. Thank you, Rob. Very, very kind. Good luck.
The food was great.
Yeah. Give our regards to Carlos. We're trying to slope out.
Okay, so they don't
Sideways.
move as you head towards it. They don't move out of the way. They block the doorway.
Are they staring at us while they're doing it?
Yeah, they're just still looking directly at you, and they block the doorway. They don't move. They don't say anything. They just stand there, and like Rob goes, come on, Seth. These folks, they just had a meal. They're just looking to move on now. What would the Reverend think? And this guy with a bolt in the side of his head looks over and says, "Fuck you, Rob. You don't know what the Reverend wants."
As long as it's not snakes, I'm good with it.
Wrong game.
Oh.
And then he looks down at the three of you and says, "You folks going somewhere?"
Yeah. We're going back to our car.
No, you didn't hear me. I say, you folks going somewhere?
Yeah, we're going back to the car.
He says, "Well, boys, I don't think these folks hear what I'm saying."
No, you don't hear what we're saying.
You asked where we were going, and we told you we were going back to the car.
Back to the car.
And one of the other guys goes, "I think Seth one means you take a seat now. You sit right back down there. We want to share some hospitality with you."
Oh, well, stay kind of you, but we've just eaten. Yeah, we need to.
I mean, that's so kind of you. You know, everyone's being so friendly, but we have somebody waiting for us. I don't think.
He's a policeman.
Is that right? You got a lawman here.
Yeah.
I don't see no badge.
Well, undercover. So you know,
So
I
you-
mean,
you-
we don't have to worry. If you just look, just you know, we don't have to worry about it. Just step out of the way and we'll go through and we won't say anything and we'll say nothing.
No, I think
carry on.
I could be wrong, but are you turning down my offer of hospitality? You guys, you wouldn't be trying to offend old Seth now, would you?
No, we're not.
I'm just walking. While he's talking to Jack, I'll just leave.
No, so if you try and leave
blocking the door.
they're blocking the door.
You have to go. You have to go through the kitchen.
Fine, I'll break his arm.
Oh, you're gonna try and break his arm? Okay.
Hey, there's a chance I can roll this.
We're not looking.
Oh,
we're not
yeah.
looking to offend. We've finished
No.
our meal. We want to move on. That's how things
What-
go.
what-
We've had our lunch.
In a nice, pleasant game like this, where we've enjoyed a trip, we've enjoyed a meal, what possible reason could he have for stopping us?
If you're going to attack him, I will let you. It was unexpected,
Right.
so I will let you go.
No, I'm not going to. I'm just going to walk past him.
Okay, so you try and walk past him.
If he tries to stop me, I'll just duck under his arm.
He just grabs you and pushes you back.
Rape!
Just puts his hands, steps in the way, puts his both hands on your chest, and just shoves you back.
Right then, as I've got the skill for it, there must be a chainsaw behind the bar.
Okay.
So,
Ruining a pleasant day.
I think you folks ought to. I'm being kind and sociable. Like you folks should be sitting down and having a drink with us.
I mean,
we only try and be nice and welcome people to our fine town here.
No, thank you.
And we appreciate the welcome, but being kind also means letting us do what we want and we want to leave.
I mean, so I guess somewhat dejectedly and resignedly, Jack will sit down on a chair, realizing he doesn't really have much of another option.
No, resentful. Well, no, the other guy is the one who's going to back down.
Timmy, you're a mirth. Okay.
No, he's gonna back down because we're just gonna keep saying, what reason has he got for keeping us here? None.
I mean, I ain't got nothing on me worth stealing. Okay, so
You accusing me of being a thief?
no, I was just setting the expectation.
I think he
in
was
advance.
accusing you of being a thief, Seth. Sure, that's what he said. Isn't that what he said? That's what he said, Seth. He says you were a thief.
No, he meant nothing by it. I'm sure.
He pushes between the two his two companions that stood in front of him, and at this point, the other two at the bar get up and come walking over.
I did not mean to make any to cause any offense. Gentlemen, I have, and I pull out my acid tabs. So these are yours, by way of apology. I just put them on the table and step back.
He just kind of sneers at you and stretches and puts his arms behind his bottom of his back and sort of stretches his back, and then when he pulls his hand out, he's got levels a revolver at you.
Whoa.
I don't take kindly to be called no thief.
Okay, I would like to try to fast talk my way out of this one. all I'm trying to do is kind of de-escalate the situation.
Okay.
So,
So
You
it will
quite seem
be.
to be doing the opposite, but oh, nice.
Only a little bit. Only a little bit.
Okay.
Wow.
I am an unthreatening man.
You must still have
Right.
something in your system, so you're just going and going and going. Literally fast talk.
Go on then. Give us some spiel then.
Well, I was basically just going full contrition and saying, I didn't mean to offend him in his town. I'm perfectly happy to have your hospitality. Thank you. We're just really kind of like going full turtle. I'm not a threat. I'm not challenging. Let's see how this plays out. But we don't need to resort to violence. So.
Right, you say this, and he like cocks. There's a click as he pulls back the hammer on the gun, and then there's a now there, Seth. There's no need for that. These are nice folks, just coming to visiting our town. You put that gun away, you fool. And you see this from the corner, from like a dark corner of the bar. You see this guy who's been hidden. No, not just got a newspaper that's been hidden behind. Remember, he didn't even notice him before. Barely noticed him before. And he folds this newspaper up, calmly folds this newspaper up, and puts it down on the table. And this sort of cliched, typical southern country gentleman in a bright white suit, matching Panama hat, this stove chimney pipe clenched between his teeth, and he gets up and he's got these like browned, takes a napkin and briefly polishes these shiny brown shoes, and he walks over. There's a click to his step as he walks across the floor. He says, now there, Seth, you leave these people alone. You ain't got no right harassing these people. These are good folks. Now you just turn around, take your dust billies with you, and get out of here. And Seth kind of stares at you and sort of sneers, then clicks the hammer back down on his gun and stuffs it back into the waistband behind his back. Says, come on, boys. And they turn, and all five of them file out the bar.
Here's the point. This is supposed to be 70s America. Where are our guns?
It was Texans as well. Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Come on, it should be like, oh, I got my pistol. My God, I'm a city man. Here's my AR-15.
How come they listen to you?
Oh, I carry a little bit of weight in this town. They rely on they rely on my talent to patch them up now and then. Without old Doc Brenner, they'd be smeared across the highway.
Doc Brenner, that's your name, sir.
That is indeed Dr. Robert L. Brenner at your service. Seems I was in the right place at the right time.
Absolutely, Dr. Brenner. We are indebted to you. My name is Jack Barrow. This is my sister, Janice. And the other two can introduce themselves, but they don't particularly want to, apparently. So that's fine.
Timmy Miller, I'm kind of in the same profession as you, Doctor. Shall offer my hand for him to shake.
A medical man, sir. He shakes your hand just like a nice firm.
Indeed,
you can
sir.
his like finely manicured fingernails, hands like pristinely clean. Excuse me. And you can smell expensive aftershave on him as he like leans in to shake your hand.
Well, I mean, again, thank you so much, Dr. Brenner. We need to go get to our vehicle now, which has just been repaired, and I mean, I think we're just gonna get out as soon as possible.
Oh, it's well, it's I'm sorry to hear you've had such a bad experience. I would hate to for you to think ill of us here in Abattoir.
No. The good name of Abattoir will not be unsullied. From our lips.
Well, I would be in error if I were not to ensure that you return to your vehicle safely. Let me be so kind as to escort you up to Russ's gas station.
That would be mighty kind of you, sir. Thank you very much.
Oh, there's no trouble at all. It's
only as far as the vehicle, though.
And he turns to the barman and says, "Robert," and nods. And barman nods back at him. And he says, "Well, I shall lead the way, shall I not?" And he heads out onto the porch and waits for you.
I guess we follow.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, let's head back. I think
Looking suspiciously and furtively.
it's enough for this town for today, I think. Head out.
That's a shame.
Will be a marathon in an hour and a
No,
half.
indeed, a marathon is an hour, maybe two up the highway. It should be fine.
Two's away.
I can't apologise enough for the behaviour of these inbreds that plague our town. It's a shocking disgrace. If these were better circumstances, I would be more than happy to invite you into my home. But I suppose you'd be keen to see the back of this place and our little town.
Well, I mean, the burger was really nice.
Indeed. Carlos is a fine cook.
Yeah, that's for sure.
His talents are wasted here. And so, Wallace, you see these the group of men, like 5 men, emerge from the bar. There's a bit of a scuffle between them all. There's like sort of the punch, like it looks like they're going to start fighting amongst each other. They like throw a few punches, and then they jump into the cars and into this pickup truck and drive off, heading south out of town.
I think at this point I'm gonna try to find an envelope or something, or if I have something in the car, I don't know, some tape, maybe either masking tape or maybe in the trunk I have electrical tape and a little piece of paper, and I'm gonna jot a note on it. Hey Russ, sorry we couldn't wait any longer. I guess you couldn't find the tire, and I'll stick $2 onto the door there. I'm assuming that's enough as a tip to change my own tire and leave it for him there. Didn't buy any gas. If I can pump any gas, then I'll leave extra for the gas, but you seem to indicate that the gas pump is locked.
Yeah. It is. So yeah, you leave a note. You scroll a note, pin it to the door. And as you turn, you can see your friends walking back up the street, accompanied by a rather tall-looking gentleman stands out by a mile because he's just dressed in this immaculate white suit, white Panama hat.
Yeah, I told Jack this is a nice place. That probably some gentleman would help his sister carry all the groceries and stuff, and I was right.
Oh, this is what it looks like. I'm sure. This is what Dr. Brenner looks like. This is fine, Dr. Brenner. It says, the approach says, you must be Wallace, Janice's fine husband, a man of the law, I hear.
Oh yeah, yes, but recently so, following the footsteps of my family. My dad was a police officer and his father before him.
Tradition is so important. It's often forgotten these days, don't you find, sir?
Well, I think it's probably all the influence of these rock bands and the hippie movement. I don't think has been very good for us here in the United States either. I mean, it's just people are rebellious youth, but there are still some upstanding, fine towns like this and others that I hope resist, the lure of all these negative influences.
Very wise words, sir. You're very true, very true. You echo my own sentiments. Is Russ not returned yet?
Unfortunately not. Look, I mean, probably he wasn't able to find a tire. I really could use some more gas in the car, but looks like it's all locked up here. You know where the next closest town is that I might be able to fill up? I don't think we're going to get any.
I'm afraid that the next closest town would be Marathon. If you're running on empty, there's no way you'll make that on an empty town. I need an empty tank, sir. I'll tell you what. And he walks over to one of the pumps and picks up a metal bar just laid that happens to be laid by the side of one of the pumps, and I just bust the padlock off one of the pumps.
Oh, that's not necessary. I'm sure they have the key under the flower pot over there.
Well,
to be honest,
it's a little late for that.
Going to go snooping.
It's a little late for that now. Russ has clearly been irresponsible in not returning here sooner than he has. Don't you worry, none. I'll sell this up. Any minor damage is only a
no.
price
I insist you.
Price of a paddle. You fill up and leave the cash for your gas, and you can be on your way.
Oh, that's very kind. I'll leave something for the lock as well, though. I appreciate that. And I'm pumping the car, and I'll just scrawl on that note. Sorry about the lock. And here's. So I'll add a couple of bucks extra for filling up the car and the padlock.
Okay, so while you're doing that, not that it takes you long.
Probably have to leave a $5.
Just side glancing at the others, just like, okay.
Wow, that's fixed. Real fixed.
You see, that's what it is. Old town hospitality. That everybody trusts each other here. Probably don't even lock their doors at night. I mean, this is true America.
Thank you so much, Doc, for all your help.
You're welcome, and again, I can't apologize enough for such a hostile reception.
A very short campaign. Right,
hostile reception.
Oh yes, I'm afraid.
No.
I'm afraid your friends had a little bit of a run-in with some of the local bullies.
What's with that guy with the metal thing in his head?
I was going to call them cannibals.
No, that's Seth. As I say, they listen to me because I'm the only one who'll patch them up. He took a tumble. His truck took a tumble one day, and he split his skull open. If it weren't for me, a little rudimentary, but it was all that was to hand at the time.
Is it like a nut on there, so you get a spanner and you could undo it?
It's of a sort.
Was it a rivet?
A kind of a screw, a bolt, if you like. It's I had to make do. It's not pretty, but on the other hand, I think it probably improves his Seth's appearance.
Well.
Right. Well, it looks like you're on a full tank of gas there, Mr. Comley. let's get you on your merry way. You should be in Marathon before sundown.
Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you. And in the car, as we're driving off, I'm going to say, did any of you tell him my last name?
Nope, not us.
Janice did.
I never heard her.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, small talk, just a small talk on your way back.
So
On
that.
the valley walking the road. Yeah.
Ah,
Nothing suspicious.
Oh, well, then nothing suspicious here at all.
No.
That's great. All right, let's move on.
Okay.
Marathon then, I guess.
So
Yeah.
you pull out.
Thanks, Phil. Good game.
Yeah.
Yes. However, I will be very careful coming out on these roads to make sure that there are no loose pieces of metal jutting out that might puncture yet another one of my tires and me without a spare.
I would
Yeah,
imagine.
mine.
I would imagine that would be the case. Yeah. So you make. Yeah. So you make a point of carefully, slowly pulling away out of the gas station down the road with your head, hanging out the window, checking, making sure the road is clear of any debris that might damage the car further, and coast out of town, back down the winding roads, and head back towards the highway.
I shall have a celebratory smoke. On my joints.
Right. So, as you crest the hill, coming down to the bridge, leading back to the across the gorge that leads back to the highway, you find the bridge is gone.
There we are. Where we came?
Pulling up at the edge at the side of the bridge, you see it has collapsed into the bottom of this gorge. Broken planks
Don't remember
and
hearing that.
girders sitting in the bottom of this gorge.
Well,
Been good, right?
What are we gonna do now?
I'm gonna check my AAA map set to see if there maybe is another road around.
Okay.
And say it looks like we gotta leave through the other. I mean,
So,
maybe
yeah, you-
this Hackett Road or something.
Pull up the you pull out your map. Well, let me give you your map. Where are we? Here we are. I think that's it. Is that it? No, that's not it. There we are. Okay. So this is the map, which I'll put into your handouts as well. But this is the area map. The smaller area map.
All right. Oh my. It seems like we've got to maybe head down Hatchet Road and head all the way down south and go around the mountain passes just to get back onto the highway. That's quite a detour.
Yes, okay, we got a full tank, I guess.
Yeah, we do, but wow, that's I mean, I'm sure somebody's going to notice its bridge is out and they'll come by to fix it, but I guess no choice. We have to head down south, and looks like quite a scenic, windy route we'll be heading onto. So I don't know. Now I'm feeling kind of hungry. Anybody think to bring me back a burger with fries or anything? Or
Didn't we say we were packing him one up?
We did, but then.
But yeah, it didn't
Seth
that didn't happen. No,
wanted
you were going. Yeah, you were going to try and get some.
We
stuff
almost
afterwards.
did. We
Yeah,
almost.
almost. Yeah.
oh, that's very comforting. Thank you. That's
Oop.
good job, Jack. All right. Yeah. Well, I guess we'll just head out on the way then.
Okay. So
I spent
you,
enough money for today, I guess. Yes, the tire.
so you carefully turn around away from the bridge, heading back to the outskirts of Abattoir and down the main street, heading for Hackett Road, are you?
I believe. I mean, I'm looking at the Devil's Backbone
Yeah. So that's
map at this point.
that's the one that
Yeah,
leads out.
so,
the
yeah.
Hackett Road leads out. that
Yeah,
way,
exactly. So it looks like it does, and then it goes to I guess
So
it's to Red Road and then Dirt. Well, Dirt Road.
yeah, so you drive back through town. I presume you're driving at a reasonable legal speed limit through the centre of town, Wallace.
Especially since these
that's-
roads
it
have
goes-
debris on them, and I don't want to get a flat tire.
Yeah, and these aren't the roads are quite in a bit of bad. Well, I've used experience in a bit of a bad state of repair. So yeah, as you coast through the centre of town, and as you pass by, people appear on the porches and looking from the doors, watching you with looks of suspicion on their faces.
We
As
turn
you
on
head
the bridge.
Yeah, fair enough.
down through, yeah, are you stopping, or are you just going to keep going?
No, I'm going to keep going. I mean, it's we
You-
spent
you-
enough time here.
you can
I'm
stop for- you
anxious to
stop
get
for
to
a
my
burger.
destination.
Stop for a burger.
Take out.
Okay,
Do you
so
think we
so yeah,
should-
you drive through the centre of town past past the final shop, like this Scott Brown Properties. On the other side here is Wayland. You see Wayland Community Public School, and you follow, drive on past there. Past there is quite a one of the better looking houses in the town, just past the school. Which you see out front. You see Dr. Brenner just walking up the steps to the front door of his house, and he pauses briefly, a puzzled look on his face, but he
I'll stop. If I see him there, I'll stop.
okay. So, is that a problem, folks? You change your mind? I mean,
looks
my,
like the bridge is out.
I wasn't expecting you for
already.
dinner, but I can I can fit you in. And he kind of laughs.
Oh, that's very kind, but I think we got a long road ahead of ourselves. A long way ahead. The bridge out at the gorge appears to have fallen through. That's quite unfortunate for us. You
Unfortunately,
guys have
God,
road maintenance crews that come by any frequency? The bridge went
I'll
down.
have
I'm
to-
lucky not while we were driving on it.
I'll have to call through to Marathons. God damn it! That's no accident, is it? That's God damn it! That must be Seth. Seth and his crew.
Why would he do that?
Why does he do most things? Because his dysfunction is the man's dysfunctional, a menace, tearing up this town day after the next.
But it seems
So anyway,
to
as
be
you-
Why haven't you engaged the marathon sheriff or something? I mean, this you
there's it's
can't
the
continue
man-
like this.
Probably is the marathon sheriff.
Well, the sheriff does what he can, but he can, short of evicting them from the valley, which is impossible. They don't even live in town. There's very little the sheriff can do. Like I say, I managed to keep him in check most of the time, but this is a step too far. So anyway, do you know
Wow.
do you know the way? Do you know the way to back to the highway from here?
Oh, at that, I'm going to take out my map, bring it to him. Well, and start to discuss.
Yeah,
'Cause
so you-
that's
so
what
you-
Americans do. I figure go back here. Do you know if that bridge down there south of here is going to be good? Or are there any maybe shortcut roads that aren't marked on the map that you suggest we take?
No. Like you've got.
That's
Looks like
always
you
a
got
good
it right.
idea.
That's. It looks like you got the best route already in mind there. I would say so. Take it easy on those roads, though. They're not the best.
Yeah, well, already I busted one tire and I don't have any more spares, so I'll be careful, sir. Thank you very much, Doctor.
Okay. Says, well, you take care now. And he waves, stands at the end of his path to leading up to his house and waves you off.
Okay.
And so you're heading off again?
Yeah, I'm
Yep,
heading
okay.
off again.
Right, so you continue off down Main Street, passing a hardware and lumber yard on your left-hand side. On the right-hand side, there's this. You come to that large industrial-looking building on the right, which is the Hackett and Sons Beef Company. You then eventually come to the junction of Hackett Road, taking the left-hand turn up towards Hackett Road and to Red Road, which should take you in a roundabout route back to the highway. So you pass as you're going down here. You pass an old abandoned diner here, and further behind that you can see what must be it's clearly the scrapyard and a landfill.
You know what?
Let's see if Russ
Well,
was
I think
back.
I'm going back there. I'm going to see if I see any sign of Russ. Maybe he would have found a tire and I could just take it and dump it in the trunk to have as a spare.
Gives a luck roll. The person with the lowest luck in the group can make a luck roll.
Mine is 69.
60. Anything lower than 60.
Anybody lower than 60?
No.
No.
Lucky group. Okay.
Yeah. It's early days.
See ya.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice.
So as you are passing the end of Steel Road, you do indeed see Russ carrying in his arms a tire wheel, the full thing, the wheel rim, tire, job lot. It looks practically brand new as well. And he as he sees your car coming down the road, he kind of stops with a puzzled look on his face and sort of puts the tire down and waves you and kind of waves you.
Yeah, I'll drive up to him. Hey, Russ, it's been a long time. We weren't sure what happened. We figured we'd head out this way to see if you found anything and to settle up. I left you $5 on the door in case I didn't pass by you. So let me know what I owe you for the tire and helping change, and we also have $1.25 in gas.
All right, it's be another $5. I had to pay the Vincent brothers to strip it from another car. So
of course. Here you go.
Is everything
I'll
okay?
give him $6. Yeah, everything is fine. We met Doc Brenner. He helped us with fuel. He said he'd make up for the lock, but I think I left plenty over on the other side to make up for it. Sorry, we just didn't know what to do, and we weren't going to make it without the gas. So
yeah, that's fine.
But everything is fine.
You want me to put this in the boot, in the trunk?
Oh yeah, please.
Why
open up the boot?
You're heading back? You're heading back? You just drove down here to meet me?
We got. Well, yes, but also it seems that Seth and his gang of degenerates went and crashed the bridge. Bridge is no longer over the gorge. We gotta go around the other way. I gotta say, you know, I may be able to speak to the sheriff up in town and see if we can get some help. This is not healthy to have hoodlums like that terrorize your fair town.
All right. You can give us you can all give me a psychology roll if you wish.
Psychology.
Ooh,
Let's try and wrap this up.
psychology. Let's close that.
That's a fail. And a fail.
Psychology.
Why is
You're
it the
the
pilot?
It does look like it's under pilot, doesn't it?
It does.
Psychology.
That's a fail.
Okay. Save us.
Oh, Timmy!
I think I
Wow, Timmy with a hard success. Look at that.
He's got the same tattoos as them.
If I keep making these good rolls, I'm going to die
Yay.
first.
You won Call of Cthulhu.
Okay, so Russ, he kind of leans in through the window. Says, "Yeah, it ain't right. This town being held to ransom by those freaks." Says, "You people, you be careful now."
No, well, Russ.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll take care of the gang here, and I'll put in a good word with the sheriff. No worries. We'll try to help you get your town sorted. This isn't right.
Okay. And he pauses for a moment, as if he's going to say something else, and then he just kind of like taps aside the car and stands up and says, "I'll be seeing you." And he steps back, waves you off.
But yeah, man. One day soon, we'll have lunch together.
Sure.
So
Under my breath. Not if I can help it.
as you pull away, and Timmy, you look back, watching Russ, maybe just intrigued, puzzled by maybe the tone of his voice. And as you look back, you can see there's a look of fear on Russ's face, but there was something else about about the tone of his voice. You got the impression that he wasn't surprised when Wallace told him about the bridge.
I don't think anybody we talk to is going to be surprised about the bridge.
So, as you head out along Hackett Road, past the diner, beyond leaving the outskirts of Abattoir behind, you head out onto Red Road, leading out of town. No, it's
Nice.
That's pretty good.
And as you turn onto Red Road, passing another old battered sign that looks like it dates back to the 50s, we can see Red Road. And you turn and head sort of in the south, easterly direction, following it along. And the road is like the doctor and like Russ warned, is in a really bad state. It's like pitted with potholes, wrecks of cars at the side of the road, places where the desert has drifted across the road, partially blocking it, causing you to almost come to a stop and to drive around it. and eventually get to a clear, more or less clear bit of road and start and head off. And as you pass a rather sharp hairpin bend, you come in sight of another sign at the side of the road. One that has been crudely cobbled together, just like a sheet of wood pinned to some old planks, and almost propped up at the side of the road, and daubed in red paint across it in capital letters. It says, "Hi, welcome to the highway of blood."
That's not a good sign.
We've survived the intro.
Oh my god.
We've survived the intro. We've survived the intro.
Oh my god. That's insane. The highway of Was that not
Yeah.
High
was that
five,
what was
ladies and
said on the
gentlemen.
radio? Was that
That's just wrong.
no.
Is this some of the videos that like a virtual reality thing?
Sorry?
The background. Is it like a pre-recorded video, or is it like a?
It's one I found. Can't forget where I found it.
Nice.
There's loads of videos on YouTube of like people doing sort of first person camera footage of journeys through Death Valley and places like that.
Right. So is that what we're calling it tonight then?
It is. That is where we will call it.
Nice.
Very
Fantastic.
nice. That was
Oof.
that was sent to chill down my spine.
Oh, that was really good.
Look at that. Vandals, hooligans, graffiti artists. We'll just no choice. We'll just continue. It'll be fine. Stupid hooligans have nothing better to do.
But I mean, usually, like in Cthulhu games, you play ignorance. It's like, oh yeah, obviously there's no monsters and whatever. It's like, no, now we are very much aware what the problem is. We just have no way of avoiding it because we're sticking on the roads and now on the roads, and there's literally a sense of like, I'm feeling anxiety about meeting up with these guys again. So.
So I'm presuming this is the seating arrangement in the car at the moment. Oops, just move that. At the moment, the token's in the bottom right. Obviously, Wallace is driving. Obviously, Janice is going to be in the passenger seat.
And I'm sure that there's no reason why you're specifically asking for this information. Anyways,
no,
There's
no,
not
no,
gonna have any
I
relevance.
can't see me being between Jack and Sky.
That's fine.
Be
That's
honest.
fine. That was just the arrangement from last time it was run. So
Also,
I believe Timmy put himself between.
I prefer that Sky and Jack not be sitting beside each other in the back of my car.
Yeah, right. But you see, the reason is this puts me behind the driver's seat. Yeah, which means if something bad happens and you jump out the car, I can jump out behind you because the Dodge Charger only has 2 doors.
Wow.
It does indeed. It does. Only
It
have
does,
two
yeah.
doors,
Two-way.
Yeah.
It is
Oh,
only
yeah.
a two-door
Oh, yeah.
car.
That's why I said there's no way I'm in that door. I'm going through the window every time.
Protect the driver at all
Also-
costs. Protect the
also-
driver at all costs.
Also, by sitting behind the driver, there's a very good chance that the window I'm going to go out of isn't going to be the windscreen. Instead, it's kind of unfortunately Wallace will go through the windscreen, propelled by my head. Probably.
Yeah, she turned into a rhino.
I enjoyed that. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.